Well, salutations, everybody. What's a crack-a-lackin'? It's a pleasure to be back on this Monday evening. After an unfortunate circumstance where a corruption to the save has meant we have to repeat some stuff that we done the last time. Much to my chagrin, it means that all of the content that was done in the last stream has been null and void. But all in all, that just means more crack to end up going through, more games to end up seeing, and more experimentation to be had. But with that being said, we'll see how things end up going. Will we end up having a weekend to forget like that of Newcastle? Will we end up getting the sack like that of Victor Wolves? Will we see how all ends up going? Will we be like Liverpool and getting wins that we end up deserving? It's time to find out. And with that being said, let's see how things are. Because the first game we end up going into is none other than Tottenham Hotspurs. So we're back into the joys of it with this one. Senior Duck, it is a pleasure to have you back in, my friend. How has your weekend ended up going? Has it all been good? Has it all been grand? Has it all been delicious? So, tell me how you really feel, Senior Duck. The game is treating you with a bit of reverence at the moment, is it? Unfortunately, your arse is getting handed to you via it not working the way that you want to. As you've seen, as you ended up hearing with me, I ended up accidentally playing my own version of the game, went up here, clicked save game, and wonderfully it saved over 6 save files, all of which had different names, which meant that the save file meant for this has ended up regurgitating back to where it was. It's surprising the amount of people that are in relegation positions I've seen in save files that win their respective cup. But in your particular case, to hear the alternative happening where you're about to get your arse handed to you is quite fascinating, my friend. Hopefully you'll be able to turn it around on the final day of the beta. Because as we know, tomorrow the game is on its official release, and we'll see if any of the bugs are resolved by then. I am heavily suspect of that. In general, I'm enjoying my time with the game. The bugs are annoying, to say the least, but I don't mind it too much, and it hasn't bothered me to a massive extent. We're trying out a different system than the one that we've used before, so who knows, maybe things will end up going worse than normal. We end up getting to see how things change when the midfielders are put out to the side. Ideally, this system works better with the wingers being sent back here, like this. And we might end up seeing whether or not we do that later on. But for now, we're going to stick with what we have and see if this ends up working. Did that reset things, by the way? No. It did here, though. So we'll see if this continues to work. If it doesn't, then we might end up bringing it back and making it more defensive. Nope, the full release for PC anyway is just removing the beta watermark. I wish I was joking. Unless Sports Interactive are trolling, if they are playing with fire just to get burnt. I mean, the sad truth of the matter is that is primarily what's going to end up happening. They'll just release the final version of it. The big thing about it is that I turn around and say to people is just make sure you buy FM24 before it goes off of the registration. Otherwise, make sure to go and pirate the damn thing. because if you take it off of rotation, pirate the damn hell out of it. Because genuinely, I am of the opinion that 24 is just a better game at the moment. I think the bigger joke to me is I was joking about it that the console version was literally just this. And based on what we see, yes, the console version is basically just this. In fact, I ended up seeing that the console version had the squad view, this, worse than this, whereas everything was spread out even more. So it was almost like they extended out the pattern of it, and you needed to go with a console, drag down your mouse, and go to here, and drag this over and back if you wanted to see stuff. So, like, that is, if the console version is that, that's a bloody joke as well. To make the PC version more console and then the console version more PC is an interesting choice. I've had the no kickoff glitch at halftime about 12 times in 2 days. I haven't had that glitch happen to me now, but I've had plenty of other things happen to me, Duck. And I will admit they are bonkersly annoying. King, my friend, what is a crack-a-lackin'? How is life treating you? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious? It is a pleasure to have you in. How did your Halloween end up going? Was it good? Was it grand? Was it everything you expected it to be, my friend? Also, this gives me a... I fixed this. I think that's showing correctly. Anyways, I hope it ended up going fantastic for you. And I hope November ends up being the same. And the sub needs injured, have no guess who it is. But the undo button doesn't work, so I can't even guess. So the actual thing with that, because I had that happen to me as well, and I spent a good 20 minutes trying to figure out, do you want to know how they tell you if the person is injured? The X over the number. The X over the number. Now, it would be smart if they told you in this screen as well, but no, the X over the number. That's how they tell you about that, Duck. So there's a red X over this, which on the United red jersey is a pain in the arse. I'm doing well, King. Enjoying myself, playing a bit more of the Football Manager 26 beta. Determining whether or not I'm going to stick with Football Manager 26 once it goes into the full game, or go back to 24 with a skin. But that'll be future Craic's problem. For now, just enjoying the crack and continuing on, getting into furthermore of this after an unfortunate break in my save. But, you know, all's going good. And yourself, my friend, are you doing anything for November? Are you doing Movember by any chance? I, at the current moment in time, am not doing Movember because I still have a double chin. And once I remove that, next year I'll do Movember. Senior Benny, what's a crack-a-lackin'? It's a pleasure to have you in. How is your Canadian save going? I didn't get to see the end of it the last day you were on. Are you, you said you were streaming out of the park today as well, if I remember correctly. How are you set up for that particular save now, my friend? Nothing special for the month. Well, you know, that's fair enough as well. There's tons of people in my area that do stuff for Movember. There's a... I started on some merch. Nice! Oh, if feel free to put the link into the chat there, King, if you want to, because I've seen the look of your stream and the whole lot, and I think your merch would actually end up looking awesome. I might end up doing it at some point in time, but I don't think there'd be any point in me doing merch until I'm at maybe 1,000 followers on the purple one, and we'll see how things end up going on the other ones as well. But for now, I think maybe we'll end up doing it. Yeah, I mean, Movember is a fantastic concept when you end up doing it. One of the reasons why I like the idea of it is you get at the end of it, if you do it right, you get a nice hot towel shave, and they're unbelievable. But I've already done my hot towel shave for the year. If you've seen me at the start of October, you will have seen that this was completely bare, and I look like an entirely different person. Are you playing anything exciting in the next wee bit, King? Same with yourself, Benny. I beat Houston in the CCL. Happy out. We knocked Montreal and Houston out of the Canadian Championship. Happy out. Happy out. Happy out. So the team that you ended up selecting, ooh. That scared the crap out of me. Okay. One day until the official release, I'll admit. Started on some Cyberpunk, still playing Digimon and Phasmophobia is the main. How are you finding Cyberpunk? Because I know an awful lot of people have been turning around saying with the Outer Wilds 2 release that if you were to spend money on one of the two games, to go and get Cyberpunk now, for two reasons. One, it has heap of development done on it by the community and has been modded up to the gills should you decide to. And two, it has one of the best expansions ever done in a game. Now, I haven't played Cyberpunk. Maybe I'll add it to the list. I have to go back to Shin Megami Tensei 5 and clear Obscure Expedition 33 when this is fine. So I look forward to that when that ends up happening. Ashday, my friend, what's a crack-a-lackin' with you? And how far through are you in the Digimon? Are you going for 100% now, or just getting through the entire story? Are you a 100%er when it comes down to those type of games, King? I still, at the beginning phases, this particular system here, have no idea what actually makes my players get amped. The one good thing about FM24 was I always done the threatening, angry one where I'm going, and get into mode. And eventually they basically ended up getting so afraid of me that they ended up getting into the mode. Now I just need to hope that the media has given you a lot of credit, go out there and give a wordy display so that this happens. I need to hope that shows up, because it's the only one that seems to get them in any ways motivated. So that's kind of annoying a little bit. But yeah, I'm playing as much as I can while I enjoy the game and story. Well, happy out. It is interesting with the Digimon game, the kind of discourse that's happening with it, considering it released the same time as Pokemon ZA. And although out of principle, A, I don't have a Switch 2, and B, out of principle, I don't... Oh, wait. You might need to whisper it to me, and I'll put it into the chat, King. Because I might have links disabled for people that aren't VIPs. Actually, wait. There. Maybe you should do it now. Okay, cool. Yeah. If you want to give King a bit of love there, go and look at his merch, my friends. Definitely one of the good ones. Definitely one of the good ones. I recommend him.
Off is the direction you can fuck.
What did you end up doing? What ended up happening to make you have that reaction, my friend? Okay. So, can we do grand against this? User, it's a pleasure to have you back. How are you doing today, my friend? Yes, Ashday, it's releasing tomorrow. Are you looking forward to it? I don't know how to feel about the game. It's still riddled with bugs before the release ends up coming through. We'll try to get a PC in December. Happy out. Happy out. I hope you're able to get something good. I mean, I am trying a new system, so you mightn't be wrong on that one, Duck. So let's see how we end up playing against Tottenham Hotspurs. I have been having some issues with the games lagging like crap when it's actually in showing highlights as well, so we'll see if that ends up improving. Oh, God damn it. Joys when everything starts to break on you. Anyways, let's see. At the moment, we're getting controlled, which is unfortunate. Oh, I'm going to have another one of these circumstances where nobody's actually shooting, haven't I? Hopefully this ends up improving where we're actually able to get shot accuracy down. It is one of the major problems I've had with this game where shot accuracy's just been non-existent. Simons to Kalu. Kulusevski! That should have been a goal by Kulusevski. That's a horrible attempt by Kulusevski. What type of PC are you thinking of getting, Ashday, if you don't mind me asking? Come on. Don't be at this crap. Hello? Sesko with a nice goal there. Is everyone else having issues as well? Is it freezing up or is everything grand? Because it should be working okay. You know, it's funny how in FM26 that if you send a corner or send a cross into your 6'5" striker, there's a chance he might end up getting it. It's amazing how that ends up working. I wonder if maybe United should consider doing that in real life. I mean, a laptop will not go for the high end, but something that can play the game even on medium settings. Haven't decided yet. To be fair, the game seems to be light on the requirements that it ends up taking. It's not the most intrusive thing in the world in order to run, so you should be able to get something fairly easy for that, Ashday, if I do say so myself. God damn it, come on. Men's taking his time, throw out there to Menu, Stellar, Mount, Cunha. Nice work down to Dogu. And Sesko almost again with the header into the goal. We're performing good so far. I know we had that rickety start where Tottenham were all over us. But we're doing okay. Defensively, we're kept up to date. We've been getting a couple of shots into place there. This arguably should be 2-0 up. Other than their Kulusevski chance, they haven't really had much of an opportunity against us. Sesko now running through. And straight at Vicario. If he'd changed that at all, left or right, I think we could have ended up getting another one there. So it's been a grand performance. Nothing exceptional. But you like to see it. Our XG has been on the better side now. We've gotten into this game, and that's what you want to end up seeing. So, best thing to do is shout at them saying you're far from pleased and hope that they end up getting fired up from it, and then continue on now. Okay. So we're in control of the game for the moment now, which is nice to see. Defensively, we've started to get into this game as well. It only takes one wrong moment when you're on a 1-0 position in order for it to all go wrong. So we need that second goal. Jared Bowen scoring for West Ham. Benny will be majorly happy. By the way, tomorrow they won't make a big update for the game. They will only remove the beta and report bugs, maybe some little fixes on PC. Has that been confirmed, Ashday? Because Duck here has turned around and assumed the same thing. That'll literally just be off goes the watermark and Bob's your uncle happy out. I'd say they have to have a proper patch ready before that ends up happening. Otherwise, they're tits. Now, I know they've been focusing a lot on the mobile version of the game and console version of the game, so maybe it is just that for the PC. Simon's going to score here. Kulusevski's crap. Oh my god, Kulusevski's crap. Wow. Okay. Okay. After this, we end up pausing because we're going to make a sub. Free kick from Stellar. And Sesko with another header. Oh my lord, Sesko. Absolutely beautiful. Look at this. Absolute beauty right here. Beautiful for a header there. Gorgeous goal by Sesko. But we pause and we make our subs. Up, my friend. What's a crack-a-lack with you? I saw someone playing the disc version of FM and Gokkeres was still at Sporting. Well, to be fair to that, you can set the game, depending on how you end up doing it, to have it before the modern transfers of this season were done. So you can do it before this season's transfers were done. It is one of the options. So Arsenal did sign him this season, so you can set it to end up doing that. If it was just vanilla, like modern, up-to-date database, then yeah, that's horse crap. Okay, then that's just a database issue. They'll be able to resolve that. They're saying the PC will be 5th for the update. That's a joke. That's a joke, Ashday. Oh my god, that's astonishing. Oh, not to throw anything towards what you were saying, but that's a goddamn joke. That's unbelievable. So then we can do that. We can try this here to see if that works. Whatever the normal when everyone plays. Yeah, that's honestly, I'm not shocked to hear that up, but it is astonishingly stupid that that's the case. I think they've already patched it for those with the disc. Oh, I suppose, yeah, you'd have to end up downloading a patch the minute you end up getting into it. Just got back from 6-a-side shattered, like, and then you came into my stream. That's an interesting choice of ways to make yourself less shattered. But it's a pleasure to have you. It's always a joy to have you, my friend. How has the weekend been treating you? Did you watch Saturday night main event? Did you enjoy watching the crowning of a brand new world heavyweight champion? As we are now in control of this game, changing our tactics up slightly to see if we can end up keeping it in place. I know that event is getting a lot of slack because it had half the audience that arena had just a year beforehand. So, like, it had 6,000 people at it. This time last year, it had 11,000 in it. So they've made a mistake. Also, what an atrocious goal to concede. Look at this goal. Like, whatever about Xavi Simons getting his chance off. He deserves a goal with the way that he's played, but Lemens should do significantly better there. It is an horrific goal to concede. And as they say, 2-0 is the most dangerous score in all of football. So can we get a third and end up putting this game to bed? Shaw to Bruno. Bruno. And Sesko with a hat-trick of headers! Unbelievable for Sesko. The 6'5" gentleman himself. A hat-trick of headers. Unbelievable for Sesko. I wonder if this evening up, if Big Pepsi will end up turning heel. It wouldn't shock me if he did. Ooh. Okay, yeah, we might as well. We've enough. Yeah, go on. Bruno now in again. Ooh, Brendan Johnson now with a bit of a run. Mazraoui with the interception. Mazraoui. Ugh. So if you believe the dirt sheets, which I don't. The dirt sheets are saying that in internal writings, it's Tama Tonga. I don't believe that for an instance. I think it should be Dominic Mysterio. Or Logan Paul. But more than likely it's Gunther. I think it should be Dominic Mysterio, though. I think it should be Dominic Mysterio, and I think he should win in Cena's last match. I forgot about Radu Draxdagen. Tomorrow, Peter, is when it is meant to come out. It's meant to come out tomorrow for console, the 4th. I personally would wait for reviews on the console version before you do it. And the reason why I say that, Peter, is because what I have heard about the console version is this. So this is the console version. There's very little difference between it. But it's up to you. Go for it if you want to. As Up is saying here, there's a video up at the moment. I haven't watched that video, but the snippets I've seen of the console version is it doesn't look great. It looks like the PC upped the console version, which is an interesting choice to me, based on what I've ended up seeing it. But we'll see. If you link the Discord to the person, I can drop. On the particular application they're on, you're not allowed to do links. So, if they'll be able to find it themselves anyway. You can figure out which one of the three it is based on that. I haven't done a Gibraltar save. Who knows, maybe in the future. Because once the official game is released, the idea was to potentially do an unemployed save and see where we end up going. This United save was initially just to get to understand the basics of the game and go about it that way. But we'll see what ends up happening, Peter. But a Gibraltar save sounds like it could be an interesting idea. Are you from Gibraltar yourself, or have you done a Gibraltar save in previous FMs? What makes you bring up Gibraltar as a potential save? Is it what you do to a football? I don't get that. I mean, if you change the letters, maybe, but no, I'm on that. Yeah, I'm playing FM24 right now, and I'm managing Lincoln Red Imps in Gibraltar. Not too bad. How is Gibraltar in that particular case? Is it hard to get funding in it? Is it hard to get people attracted over there? Because I know that's one of the big things with those more obscure regions. It's hard to get players of actual quality in there unless you're finding local players. I know one of our own here, Sir Benakage, was doing a Korea save with Gimpo, and it took him 7 years to end up getting everything he wanted to do. And that was even with people ended up making players from. But if you sign players from England after 2 to 3 seasons, they are eligible for the Gibraltar national team. Interesting. So you don't have to be from Gibraltar to make it onto the national team. God, if this was real life, Liverpool would be ecstatic. Isak's performing unbelievable. Thanks for showing me the stats, guys. Oh, whatever. I get shame for that, but I activated all players interested. Couldn't be bothered to do the grind. What's the shame for? At the end of the day, so long as you're enjoying playing the game, who gives a rat diddly ass how you play the game. If you have the internal editor on and they're editing all of the factors to give all of your kids bloody 200 potential and seeing whether or not they grind, and that's the way you enjoy the game, bloody play it that way. At the end of the day, so long as you are enjoying the game, that's all that matters, genuinely. That's why when people turn around and say that they're enjoying FM 26 while others are whinging about the game, then fair play to you. You're enjoying it. That's the way to end up being. Fantastic that you are that way and continue on to enjoy every moment you have with it. I am of the opinion at the moment that my recommendation, which will probably, if I ever get big enough for Sports Interactive to send it to me, might make me a blacklist, but I'm of the opinion at the moment, buy FM24, get a skin into it and update a database. It's currently the better game. However, modders will end up getting into this game and they'll make this game better. This has good foundations. My big problem is it doesn't feel like a game that's been 2 years in development. And the people glazing the match engine are just wrong. It's not that good of a match engine. Curtis, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it, my friend. So in your save now with Gibraltar, have you with Lincoln Red in Gibraltar, have you signed anyone exciting to your particular team? I've been doing a save with Murph FM. Fantastic streamer. He's on YouTube. He's on Twitch. He's on all of the other ones. Where I take Brentford and do signings, and then he simulates it on the whole lot. And in the third season, United have gone into administrative leave, which is the first time I've seen it happen that quick in a long time in these FM saves. God damn it, Martinez, calm your tits a bit. Curtis, it has the seeds of what it needs to be. In too many cases, it has broken the rule of three, where there's too many clicks to get to where you want to do. There are a number of elements that need to be improved upon. One of the main is this tactics page. Beautiful in its attempt, beautiful in the elegance of separating out the situation to it. You can get ultra creative here, and that's beautiful to it, but there are elements of it that are annoying. Like if I go to all players here, it should show all players. It doesn't. It shows all of your first team players. If I go to selection, I should be able to use the filter up here to get rid of the people that are on loan, to get rid of the people that aren't selectable. That isn't the case. If I have a player that's out of the team, but I have on loan and unavailable selected, the person that's still in the team should be showcased. That isn't there. Little inconsistencies like that cause the game to be that cause the game to be annoying are stuff that make me say that I prefer to go with FM24 with a skin at the moment. This here annoys me in particular. I have 16 jobs available. It shows me all 16 there, but I should be able to easily search the area that I'm going to and see where the availability are of them and how they're insecure, instead of having to go like nation here and then search down to it. It's just cumbersome. But there's a search bar up here where you can search up all of your stuff. In general, it's a nice upgrade, but it feels like it isn't finished, and that's a massive problem. On top of that, Curtis, it's still riddled to the brim with bugs. I have a 2.01 meters, 87 kilograms, 20 aerial reach, 20 finishing striker, absolute mental. So basically, you have Peter Crouch, Peter. Unbelievable that you were able to find him. With all the players interested, it is very, very easy to qualify for the UCL leagues. Happy out. Happy out. Happy out. I didn't even realise that Sunderland were playing today. Sunderland versus Everton 1-1. Granit Xhaka scoring there. A phenomenal signing for them, by the way, Granit Xhaka. He completes them. I think I'd be happy if that game finished 1-1 up. But I suspect Sunderland are going to score again. Like, I like Everton. I really do like Everton. I don't want Everton to go down. And I think David Moyes will be good enough to make sure they don't go down. But I think Forest are going to end up making their way back up. And I think West Ham are as well. So we'll see what ends up happening, because between Fulham, Everton, Leeds and Burnley, I think one of them are going down. Do you think they will bring an update pretty much straight away to fix the bugs, or will it be a while? Oh, Curtis, it'll be a while. It'll be a while because they've already been doing hot fixes on it. They're releasing the console version. They're releasing the mobile version all on the same time there. Based on this version, there's going to be bugs in the console version, which means they're going to be patching that. Even though it's a different development crew, you'd assume there's going to be bugs in the mobile version as well. I have a feeling that it's going to be a while, and I have a feeling some of these bugs are never going to be fixed unless you go with modders. But we'll see. I believe Sunderland are going to do a Leicester 20. Not a chance, Peter. Fair play to you for having that gumption, but there isn't a goddamn chance that they're going to do that, and I'll tell you why. The reason why Sunderland aren't going to do it, they aren't going to win the league, is the AFCON. The AFCON. They have at least 5 players just for a month. So it's unlikely. Pickford as a sausage? I suppose so. That's what I'm worried about. I get the game on Game Pass tomorrow. Well, we'll see what ends up happening, Kurt. I mean, considering you have it on Game Pass and it's effectively free because of that, maybe we'll end up doing it. I mean, I don't mind, Benny. That's my thing. I'm not sure if they're a bot either. And in that particular case, I'm not sure how to let them through or anything like that, because they're still in the chat there. And I'm not sure whether or not they are. So leave it there in case they respond again. If they don't, then we'll ban it towards the end. So just leave it for now, I think. But I think there's a chance that it'll end up coming out good, Kurt. So we'll see. Especially for Game Pass if you're playing it on PC. Like, if you're playing it on PC, it'll definitely be handy. So we'll see what ends up happening there. We're going up against West Ham next, so Senior Benny will be happy. Let's see if his team can end up giving us a walloping. Is Matt Hummels a top 10 defenders of the 2000s, in your opinion? Crikey. I'd need to have a look and remember who's in the 2000s. I really like Matt Hummels. I really, really like Matt Hummels. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Top 20, maybe. Top 10? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. When it came out on Xbox in 24, it was a right mess at first, so I'm guessing it will be. I think it will, but again, I haven't looked at that video Up was on about, where they've seen the console version. From what I've seen of the console version, it's effectively this game with like the PC version with little tweaks, which makes me somewhat concerned about it. I would be of the opinion that it's probably going to be a mess, but that's being a cynic. That's being a cynic. So we'll see. Did you see that $60 seats at the World Cup? It's like 1% of the stadium. I mean, if it fills, who cares? At the end of the day, if people are paying it, then that's all that matters. Is that Brazilian wonder kid any good? His name is Ryan. Let me check him. Which one? Because you have... he's French. He's which one, if you don't mind me asking, Curtis, because I'm not 100% sure of other Brazilians of that name. Ryan, Brazilian. Well, he's a interesting. French. Oh, he's literally with Sunderland. That is his full name. I haven't a clue. I need to scout him. Although, based on the initial view of his stats, yeah, he looks good. Based on his initial stats, he looks pretty good. I need to scout him to end up seeing out. Rooney is an interesting kettle of fish, Peter, because he has a very high potential, but he's not great. Yes. I'd say if developed properly, he'd end up being particularly good, but he's not great yet. And with the Barcelona team the way they are, it'll be interesting to see whether or not he actually gets good. I know one of the players that is particularly good is Nico Paz at Como. He is particularly good when he ends up being developed. And if you're lucky, you can end up getting him for free because Como sometimes don't end up re-signing him. But, you know, there's tons of players like that. Belgium is first in my FM save in the FIFA rankings of 2046. Pleasure. It can end up happening. Normally I end up seeing it being someone like Portugal. Also, Matthias, you were literally sick. Why are you... Oh, whatever, you whinge bag. Yes, I'll go through that in a minute, the tactic, because I did make a couple of changes to it, so you can end up seeing what happens. Is it lagging? Baskets. Give us a second. Give us a second, Peter. I'll try and fix it. Oh, bollocks. Unfortunately, it's one of those days where I'm having dropped frames, which is bloody typical when I actually have people in. There mightn't be much I'm able to do about it, much to my chagrin. Is there anything I can do? Bear with us now. I'm going to see. Bitrate is at this. Yeah, because my dropped frames are at 8.3 at the moment. Benny, you're hardly still here. When you drop frames like that, is there anything you do other than just resetting the router and hoping for it to set up, Grant? Okay, so we might drop off for a second, but I'm going to try and reset things, so just bear with me. Okay. Okay, so that seems to be fine. Or is it? No, ironically, that made things worse. Anyway, we'll continue for now, and if it continues to be a problem, we'll see what happens. But apologies about it. At the moment, it's after going up to about 35%. Hopefully, it'll level itself out. But we'll see. I've got some wild FIFA rankings on my save. Ivory Coast number 7, Mexico 5, Portugal 21. You're not wrong about that. That's very high for the Ivory Coast. Peter, where would Uruguay be, considering they were the first winners of the World Cup? Yeah. Hopefully it ends up fixing itself out. There was a couple of jagged issues with it, but hopefully it'll be grand. Do you think, Ashday, that they're not doing anything? Because, like, to be fair to Sports Interactive, based on what I have seen, they appear to be looking on X in particular to see whether or not oh god damn it. Whether or not issues are occurring. Uruguay is number 17 in my save, if that's what you mean. I'm playing a friendly versus them, by the way. Not too bad. Yeah, Uruguay are an interesting place. I'm trying. The output is set to 3000 kps. Benny, which I think was about what it was recommended to put it at. Anyway, for now, yes. You were asking about it up, saying that this is an interesting tactic. So beforehand, we were doing the Christmas tree here. In attacking formation, we were doing short, direct passes, a high tempo, and then keeping it narrow so that we try and keep it into the space in a counter-attacking formation, and then keep the ball in play as much as possible, even though we're fairly good at set pieces. Dribbling into the final third with patience and discouraging shooting from far because my team is crap at it. A mixture of crosses, and then the supporting runs are out through the flank and pass into space with a build-up of passing short, but directly to the centre-back, so playing out through the back and doing it that way. Out of possession, it is a high line with a higher defensive, stuck in a counter-press. Balanced but a short distribution for the goalkeeper, balanced on the trap, and same on the crossing engagement. Then, when out of possession, we end up going more wide. Ideally, these should end up going back into this position here, which we might end up changing later on if things end up failing, but I just like the idea of the wingers staying as wingers, so we'll see what ends up happening there. Did Solanke always make it into the UCL in your FA, or Schalke? Schalke, yeah. Schalke pretty much always did, Peter. Schalke were a surprisingly good team throughout all of them, yeah. Anyways, it's time to get in and do another match. We have Shesko up front. We're going to give Julian his debut. Ahmad is still injured, so we'll go with Mazraoui there. Schitteller and Menu, Euro, Delict and Martinez, and Bruno and Mount. So we'll try it. It appears to be the case, Ashday, that Erik ten Hag is going to Wolves. Yes. I think that's a bad move for Erik ten Hag. I think if he does it, he should get his head examined and should shoot his agent. And on top of that, the fact that Gary O'Neill ran for the hills should be an example of you knowing that you're doing something stupid. But we shall see what ends up happening with Erik ten Hag and Wolves if it ends up becoming true. My team got so good, I battered an obscure Gibraltar team to 20-0. That happened once. Yeah, I've seen that happen once with a friend of mine that done a Republic of Ireland save with Shamrock Rovers. Senior Duck in the chat here has done that before, where he was so dominant in the Airtricity League that he was averaging 7-0 in every game that he ended up going up against until he went to the Champions League. The joys of it. I hope this is something to fix, by the way, the really, 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 really long loading times. Like, some of these loading times are bonkers. We need him at Wolves so Ahmad can score some goals. I will say, one of the things I find really, really funny with the Erik ten Hag discussions is Alvaro Fernandez, or Carvaro, or however you want to end up putting it, scoring for Real Madrid, and people overreacting at the fact that Erik ten Hag sold him. I mean, we don't know the development he was happening at United, and it's happened an awful lot of times where a player leaves, goes to a better club, and ends up being developed properly. And the fact that we had a buyback clause and didn't do it and went for Dogu instead. Dogu has been performing grand for United. Whether or not he had an injury or something like that, I don't know, which is the reason why he's not playing at the moment. I think he might have had a knock. But people are on about the fact that we didn't use the buyback clause when we had it. He mightn't have wanted to come back to us. So, there's that as well. I'm thinking about giving my players to the other Gibraltar teams to get the coefficient up for Gibraltar. I mean, that's a way to end up doing it, Peter. It doesn't always work, because the sad truth about it is they'll then just immediately sell them for the profit and won't replace them. But you can try it. You see, this is my problem here. To get them into motivation now, I don't know what to shout, because we're doing well. That won't end up getting them motivated. Enjoy the match and play your own game won't get them motivated. The recent form won't get them motivated. The fans turned up to contend. Remember that when you go out there today should get them motivated, but I guarantee you it won't. Nope, not a bit, Peter. Not a bit. Not a bit. Nope, not at all. Yeah, I really don't like what they've done to the team talk. You've no idea what gives you any idea about it. You don't know what's angry. You don't know what's ended up happening there. So we'll see what ends up happening. By the way, Benny, if you are still there, what do you think about the fact that Nicholas Fialk has turned around and said that the transfer to West Ham has been a mistake for all parties involved? Or however you pronounce his name, him. We get a victory out of this now. The fact that West Ham have more possession than us is concerning. 3 minutes in, Arsenal are 2-0 up. Oh my God. Arsenal going a bit hog wild, aren't they? Oh no. I like that Lewis Grimier. player. A lot. A lot. Ooh, yeah, they have Lewis Potter. We ended up noticing that before they purchased him from Brentford. We are not performing good here. Genuinely not. Pedro Neto scoring for Chelsea. Interesting. Todibo. At one point in time, United were looking into signing before ye did. Jarrett Bowen now. I still find it surreal. Oh, God damn it. Is that a red? Is that a red? I can't get away with anything in this game because that happened the last time we done this as well. God damn it. We need to get a goal. Hopefully we can end up getting a goal and then we can go ultra defensive. Aaron Wan-Bissaka toward Prowse. Grumier, and of course. Of course. And it didn't come up as, it didn't come up. They still have it there that offside is immediately pop up, so you know that wasn't offside. Head of youth for my team. I found that very fun. Oh, good. Hey, 6'5" striker ends up scoring with a header. Happy out. Mount immediately doing the work. Now that Bruno's off the pitch. So we need to end up continuing at this now, and hopefully that we end up getting another one. I play with tackle harder and get stuck in. I rarely get reds. I have that set as well, Peter. It just every now and again you have a horrible situation like this. Also, this glitch is still happening here. They haven't fixed this either, where your character is just up here in the corner there looking at you. Come on, guys. Oh, come on. Martinez to Stellar to Delict. Delict to Euro. Euro to Sesko. Menu to Julian to Lissandro Martinez to Delict to Stellar. Mount. Mazraoui. Mount. Mason Mount, you goddamn beauty. Unbelievable game for Mason Mount. Unbelievable. He's playing his heart out. He's playing for the world. I mean, Ashday, he might be good, but maybe because he's injured, Mason Mount is having him on a pole. I feel a bit sorry for Julian. Julian's having a bad debut, so we kind of have to take Julian off now. Where's Dogu? Dogu for Julian. I think that's the only sub we do for the moment. By the way, let's see if this is still buggy as hell and if that didn't actually go through. Anyway. Let's see how we end up doing now. Can we continue on? Do we continue with very attacking, hoping we end up getting another goal? There's a good chance it's going to end as a draw. Up. Do you think it was a pen yourself? God, what's the men's at? Okay. Fractured arm for Lamens. Oh, it's a trip. Okay. Stellar. What a goal. What a goal. Hemerson should have done significantly better on that. But what a goal. Unbelievable goal. Okay, we're going to make some subs now. I know having Sesko for his head is fantastic, but we're going to swap Sesko with a yellow card for Victor Rush. And now that they're getting tired, we're going to bring on Ugarte for Manu. I'm half tempted to put Heaton on. I'm half tempted to put Heaton on at a potential arm injury. Yeah, screw it. We'll put Tom Heaton on. Put Tom Heaton on. We don't want to take the risk of making it worse. Stay, that's quitter talk. That's quitter talk. Stay ultra attacking. Why not? We have a 2-goal lead. You want to see what the red card was for up? That. Like, it was a stone cold red card. Stone cold red card. Like, stone cold red card. Like, Austin himself would find it harder to end up getting as stone cold as that. Like, Steve Austin couldn't end up hitting a stunner that hard. Like... I know we're being chancy keeping it ultra attacking, but screw it. Maybe Hemerson will make a mistake and we'll end up getting a fourth. Igor to Hemerson to Debo. Are they going to make a mistake? No, Jared Bowen to Lewis. Jared Bowen. Oh, he was offside anyway. So far, I was saying Chelsea ducking where they're. I mean, I should go on the defensive, Peter, but that's quitters talk. Once you go offensive, you stay offensive. I actually find that it doesn't help, anyways. Oh my god! I say, oh my god! Holy crap! How did that not go in? Who's after getting injured? Fucking Heaton! Oh no! Good thing we didn't use all of our subs, because we now have to put a random asshole in goals for the last 4 minutes of this game. Who out of this bench do we put in goals? Luke Shaw, Aiden Heaven, Sam Matters, Obi, or Casemiro? I can't. I would put Seska in there, but Seska's been subbed off, so we can't. I mean, I don't blame you at all for doing that up, but at the same point in time, we have to choose one of them. Casemiro, Obi, Matters, Luke Shaw, or Aiden Heaven. I'm half tempted to put Aiden Heaven in there, but Casemiro is probably the right choice. I don't have Slabhead on the bench, unfortunately. He's still injured, Peter. Otherwise, I would. This happened to me before on FM as well, where both of my goalkeepers ended up getting injured. I really hope they're not injured for a long time. But I suppose for now, let's go with Casemiro. Yeah, I know, game. Trust me, I know. What? What do you mean he's still on the pitch? We took him off. Is there someone else injured? We took off the injured player. Oh, so it was Yoro that's injured, not Heaton. Heaton, oh, okay. So Heaton is injured as well, but Yoro is the one with the major injury. Okay. God damn it. Yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem with it being a plus like that. It's just popping up here now. It wasn't popping up before. God damn it. That's really bad. Okay, it's fine. You vicious bastards, West Ham. You've injured 3 of my players. You vicious pricks. You've injured both of my goalkeepers and my young defender. You vicious fuckers. Heaton with a nice save. 8 minutes of extra time, too. They might get into this game yet, so we need to be careful. Lucas Paqueta, Heaton is performing well, even with the injury. It should tell you who the injured party is, by the way. It really should. Also, look at that. Look at that. Abomination of stats. I kind of wish the XG was shown here so that I could see how fast that happened, because that happened relatively close to the end of the game. However, at the end of the day, who cares? I won. Joys. They kind of did, actually. If I was, I don't know how good the two sides are, Peter. You have said that you're almost 20 years into the save, but let me guess, you'll win 3-0. But hey, let's see how badly everyone was injured. I hope Yoro isn't out for long. Okay, so Henderson is close. Ooh, might be hard. So considering you said they were high up, so hopefully you end up getting a good result, Peter. So Bruno is banned for 1 game. I guarantee you that's not going to be 1 game. He's going to get banned for at least 3. Antwerp get 30k. Don't care. Happy outie. Delict ends up coming down, so we're going to have to pay Munich 80k, 800k. Who cares? Ah, God damn it. Almost a 2-month injury. Oh, no. Oh, that's significantly worse. Oh! Oh, I'm so tempted to reload the save. Oh my god. Holy crap, that's bad. We don't have an alternative option. You think I'd learn my mistake and make sure that I had a third bloody what do we do? We've Blender. We didn't actually sell Blender. So Blender, you lucky so and so, you're actually getting your go. You lucky so and so. We were trying to sell you in January. Aren't we lucky we didn't bloody sell you? I mean, we could bring Onana back from loan, I suppose. One time I played a club from Gibraltar and I had 5xg. The opponent had one shot from 20 meters. I'm guessing they scored. Can we recall Vivek? Because it actually mightn't be that bad of an idea to recall Vivek. No. Although I will state, considering how good he is IRL, that's a travesty that his ability is just that. Okay, so Belinda will have to play, and me will have to be on the bench. Maguire for Euro there. I'm out there for now. We'll fix it up when we're coming to the next game, but let's see. It wouldn't shock me, Ashday. Genuinely wouldn't shock me. But 20 years into the save like that are bound to happen. Oh yeah, like absolute horse manure goals like that are bound to happen, Peter. I've only once in all of my years of playing FM seen a Tom Heaton goal where the goalkeeper scored from their box. Now, the good thing about Belinda being ready next is it is an FA Cup game, so we should be fine. Oh, yeah, Kessie. The game still FMs you when you're trying to get free agents as well. People come in and give them half the bloody salary that you do. Wouldn't you look at that? I have a happy squad. That's a first. Who would have expected me to have a happy squad? Okay, so key findings. We allowed 54 entries into the final third. We regained possession, conceded none of the 8 shots. Okay, so it's working well. Oh my days, I quick simmed versus New Zealand. I thought easy win. New Zealand had 3 shots. I had 20 and I drew. That's just a typical situation as well where that ends up happening to you, my friend. The worst I've ever seen was Senior Duck at one particular point in time. I think had a game with 60 shots and lost it 1-0. I mean, one of the other ones, let's see if I still have it here. Do I? Yes. One of the other ones was this. This was an FM 24, but was this? I had an XG of 1.19. They had an XG of 0.82, and they scored 3 goals to my 0 goals when we were absolutely dominating them. So, you know, it happens. And then Ducks one was this. What was it? 53. We'll hide that for a second. Give us a second. Hide you. Yeah, so he was 1-0 loss. He had 53 shots. 28 on target, a 4.58 XG, and 1-0 loss. So, Senior Duck has been ran through the ringer every now and again, I'll tell you that. Oh crap, I'm not showing that on your one, so I can't show you. Yeah, I don't have it to show you actually, funnily enough. My apologies about that. I'm after mentioning crap that I can only show on one of the views. But yeah, Senior Duck had that situation happen to him. Are you looking forward to? I bet my right kidney that you had shoot on sight on with 58 shots and 4.5 XG. I don't know. I'll have to ask Duck about it the next time that he's in, whether or not he had on that time, if he can remember it. It has been atrocious for me, shoot on sight. Okay. I love this. It's so much in terms of the goal percentage. It's cutting it off. Have you seen the manager POV camera made by some modder? They even made a ref POV too. I haven't, Ashton, but I know that the modders are going to do a fantastic job with this particular. Ooh. Hold the phone there. Hold the phone there. Ipswich bet Newcastle. What did Newcastle play? Oh, they did go light. Okay, makes sense. Yeah, but it's nice to see that the modders are willing to do work for the game, and that'll end up going well. I chose the first team talk and all 26 never fails. Yeah, but you're still playing. Are you playing FM26 at the moment, Peter? Or are you still doing FM24? Because in FM24, you're right. The first one never fails. You always end up doing it. Just trash your arms a bit and turn around and they'll all be happy. Yeah. Unfortunately, they've changed it slightly. The team talks in 26. And as a result, they're less useful. Or less easy to figure out, the one that'll make everyone motivated anyways. Okay, so FA Cup. I'm actually half tempted to put me in. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Are any of them useful? So the last time we done this, we actually played Charlie Hurley. We gave the 16-year-old a go, considering he can prove a lot, even though his rating is crap. Warsaw are League 2. So I am actually going to do that here as well. So we're going to give Charlie his go and see how it goes. We're going to go with Maguire, Heaven, Delict. We're going to go... Yeah, modders are doing some amazing work. They've worked on having real stadiums in the game too. Yeah, because it's done with Unity. They can put the models into the Unity engine and end up trying to implement them in that way. Thankfully, there doesn't seem to be too many shticks done with it. So it'll be nice once they end up getting everything worked out. The only annoyance with it is more awkward than the previous games, which is annoying. It is very annoying that it's more awkward than the original games, but at least they're working on it and seem to be finding some solutions. And that's really nice for the community to see that that is working, at least for them a bit. Okay, I want a mass on the bench so that we can give him some time. We're going to give Jaden a go as well. So we'll come up here and we'll find who we will take off of this. Martinez. And then we'll swap Delict with Jay. That might be dangerous, but we'll try it anyways. First team talk had 27 happy again. Did appeal against the ban ever work? No. I have never seen appeal work ever. And in fact, I've never seen a situation where not even that the appeal worked. I've never seen a situation where once you try and do the appeal that it didn't just whack you down with a extra 3 days. It is actually kind of funny. Okay, so we're going to go with this team. An awful lot of changes, but it is Warsaw. We should be able to do okay with it. We have a number of people on the bench that we can end up making the substitutes to straight away. Sesko, Victor Rush. So we're going to go with Obi, Amir, Mount, Julian, Mazraoui, Manu, Casemiro, Heaven, Maguire, Jaden, and Hardy. So we might need a bit of luck on this one. So cross your fingers and your toes first. But we're going to go in for it, my friends. And let's end up seeing how things end up going. It is looking like, unfortunately, up that game is going to finish 1-1. There's going to be no break in the Everton-Sunderland game. But what can you really do about it? I'm kind of happy with that result, if I'm honest. Okay. So, in we go now, and let's see how we do. I'm half tempted to try that one, but I don't think it'll work, so I think we just need to do that, and that got some of them motivated. Happy out. I didn't realize you were dead, Jaden. That's stupid by me, so you'll be subbed off at halftime. I need to be paying more attention. I wish it had warned me properly about Jaden being dead, but hey, what can you do? Oh, this bug means a goal is coming. Who's scoring it? Is it us or is it them? Wonderful little bug here where it doesn't show you the highlight when a goal is coming. Who's scoring it? Obi! So it's our goal. Nice. I hate this bug because it's so scary as to what's actually happening. But we'll go back and we look at the goals straight away afterwards. So do that. And then Mazraoui, Heaven, to Maguire, to Jay, to Mount, to Mazraoui, to Mount, to Mazraoui, and then tap in for Obi. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Pretty much, yeah, Peter. Unfortunately, Everton do tend to be the unlucky recipients of a relegation. They do tend to survive a few seasons before they do, mind you, but they do always tend to get relegated, yes. I will say one of the things that bothers me a bit about this game too is they made a really, really, really big deal about the fact that they got the Premier League licenses and as a result of which have the Premier League attires, and then were too goddamn lazy to put in the Premier League goalkeeping attires. I don't know if anyone has made that complaint, mind you, that the goalkeepers just have generic attire on them and not the actual official goalkeeping attire of the club. But it's something that bothers me a bit. I'll call you a dealer for short. Dealer, thank you so much for the follow. I genuinely appreciate it. How is your day treating you? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? It's a pleasure to have you in. as we are in this FA Cup match versus Warsaw. Oh, the joys of that. I mean, I have it set for pre-rolls and the whole lot, so it's actually annoying that you got hit with an ad there. The ads are in progress, so just give it a second. Casemiro. Okay, so the ads should be finished now, my friend. It's a pleasure to have you in. Apologies for you getting hit on the advert beforehand. We do have pre-roll set in the whole lot, so it should end up making it less likely that you get hit with an advert. You were just brutally unlucky. But how is life treating you? I was saying there, I'll call you Dealer if you don't mind, because the name is a bit interesting. But how is life treating you, my friend? It's a pleasure to have you in. If Everton get relegated, Brantwaite might go for cheap. Never, ever, Ashday, ever. Brantwaite, I don't think Brantwaite actually has a relegation clause in his contract. He never goes for cheap. I've seen it incredibly hard for him to get out. But at the end of the day, he also doesn't develop great. I wonder what the score would have been if a team with all one-stat players played a team with all 20. Oh, it'd be easy. It'd be bonkers, lad. They get absolutely destroyed. It's all good. I don't mind ads, and yeah, I'm good. Hope you're well. I'm doing fantastic, to be honest. Just enjoying things now, trying to enjoy the beta here. Playing a much weaker side versus this Walsall side, which is why we see a youth like Amir on the pitch there, having a rolling in, tap-in goal, but you'd like to end up seeing it. Still experiencing a couple of bugs, but enjoying it all the same. Are you playing the game yourself, Dealer? Or are you just gawking around to see what it's like before you think about purchasing it? Yeah. The biggest score I've seen, as in I've seen scored in a game, or that I have had scored in a game. Like my personal score is the biggest personal score I've had was 27-0. My team, but it was a preseason game, and it was on a Korean tour. Oh, ever. I've seen someone with a 61-0 win. Yeah, I'm in my third season with Atletico Madrid. Happy out to that. Atletico Madrid are an interesting kettle of fish because monetary-wise, they should be phenomenally well off. They normally always end up going with financial packaging. I'll search up a player that Atletico Madrid always sign after we get out of this, because it's a pain in the arse to try and search up someone whilst in this particular scene. You can do it, like you can do this. Oh, it didn't work. Okay, so yeah, I'll do this in a second. It might let me do it. Okay, pause for a second. It might let me do it. No. Okay, it's not letting me do it there. Will it let me do this? Nope. Okay, so they fixed that. They really don't want you leaving this page. Manchester United. Yeah, so they fixed that bug. There we go, we can bring it up. Okay, so what is the easiest way to get to Spain? Okay. Spain. Do we really not have any? We do. Okay, Spain. Atletico Madrid. Do they have him yet? No, they don't. So the player that I always see them get is Asan Urrego, who I cannot pronounce for crap, but for everyone looking, this is the player that I'm on about. I always see them get him, and he always turns into a monster for them. Peter, thank you so much for coming in. Please pop around again anytime you want to. I'll be streaming every now and again on all of the platforms. FM, Shimagama Tensei 5, a number of other things as well. Variety streamers, so please come in anytime you want to. Until then, make sure your crack is 90. Shlonga Folan, as always, poke me home, my friend. But yeah, their team is expensive. Some good players. Yeah, Asan is an absolutely fantastic player. Did you keep Conor Gallagher? Because in FM, he's a particularly good player. But I know that IRL at the moment, there's a major discussion about the fact that he might be on the way out. And obviously, Julian Alvarez, you'd be insane to get rid of. But and you have one of the best goalkeepers in the world in Juan Oblak. By the way, this is a bug too, because I brought this up. There's no way to get out of it. So we're seeing the game like this. So you have to go into the tactics menu in order to get back to this. Substitute you off for Dogu, you for Delict. You making any other subs? I suppose you for Victor. Why not? We'll go with that. Nah, I sold him, but always played well when I played him. But I don't like the guy. I don't have any problem with him in general. Is there a reason you don't like him? Is it because are you a former Chelsea fan and don't like the fact that he left? What made you pick Atletico Madrid? Did you support Atletico Madrid in real life, dealer? Don't worry, give me a couple of moments. I will actually blurt out anything I mean. A streamer with a stutter with a horrible existence. Hardy's having a good game considering both of our actual proper goalkeepers are destroyed at the moment. And we're performing phenomenally well in this game. Mount now at a corner. Can we get another goal? Maguire going for it. Slabhead going for it, but no luck. What a save by their goalkeeper. Genuinely phenomenal save off of that hit. Amir should have another goal under his belt there. Genuinely phenomenal save. Hardy's been having to do a bit of work now in this last bit of this second half, hasn't he? Yeah, heaven. Dogu, Manu. Ooh. Oh, what a horrible attempt at the end there from Manu. All of that work just to give it up when an absolutely bloody pathetic strike on goal. No, couldn't tell you why. I never liked him. I started with Liverpool, my team, then had a fallout with the board and wanted a player and a new contract. They wouldn't give it to me after winning the treble, so I left for Madrid. Yeah, not a bad idea, to be honest. Oh, Mount's taking the penalty. Nice. If I'd noticed that was happening, I would have given it to someone else, but still. Ironically, probably Manu. But, yeah, it unfortunately tends to happen, doesn't it? Where the board can end up being finicky about the randomest of crap. So, was it that you wanted a particular player and they refused to help you get the player? And they wanted to give you a new contract? Or what was it that ended up making you have to leave Liverpool? Because it's interesting. I had a situation once where they got really annoyed at me because I refused to sell one of our best performing players. And they got really, really annoyed at me with that. Thankfully, we were able to solve things out because we were just performing too good at the time. Oh, of course. What a stupid question, by the way. As Manchester United managers, if you're going to turn around and say anything other than, yes, we can make ourselves to the final. won the league, the Spanish Cup, 13 points clear, and now I'm in the Champions League. I wanted a 21-year-old, and that was worth 50 million. Typically, they end up doing that because either you have broken the bank structure of the club and it would have put them into administrativeship to try it, or he has a release clause and you're just refusing to look for it. But that is interesting that they whinged about that. Also, this is something particularly that's annoying me too. I sent Kone to Wolves. Sekou Kone to Wolves to play for Wolves. And he's playing for their goddamn under-21s. And because he's playing, it won't let me whinge about the fact that he's not playing in the position that I want him to. So it's actually annoying me. Like, it's really annoying. It's really, really, really annoying. There's nothing I can really do about it. It's the first time I've seen that happen. Where someone has been sent down. Ooh, okay, we're going to have to pay attention to Cole Palmer because Cole Palmer's not a bad one to end up getting. Yeah, and the sad thing is City will end up spending it too. I'd say one of the things I might end up doing is putting in a icon package afterwards so that all of the other clubs that don't have it have their actual icons. But we'll see. I run a tight ship when it comes to agreement with other clubs, and most boards wanted to only give 35. I had an 83 million budget, and yeah, then in that case, it's hard to know. Maybe FSG were just being complete whiny pricks. It's hard to know, to be honest. Also, this is horse crap. Has top potential, and his bloody potential doesn't go the full way up. Sometimes the potential annoys me. I know why, for the most part, the game doesn't let you recall someone during the season because they're probably in use. I understand that, but it's really annoying when they're not using someone that you're not allowed to recall them. It genuinely is annoying to me that that isn't an option. So does that mean to stop managers getting pissy about you playing their players in wrong role? If you make them available reserves, the AI manager can't do anything. You know, honestly, I haven't tried it. I haven't tried that. Maybe it will work, Duck. Also, by the way, like clockwork, he's been suspended for 2 more games. Like clockwork. Yeah, like it's you could almost write it into the stars that was going to end up happening. Like, come on, play the. Like, I know he's getting experience, but holy crap! Whatever. Yeah, I think the potential is bugged too on profile. Some say going to be 4 to 5 stars, but when you research them. But when you research, they only 2 to 3. So that isn't a bug, dealer. That is something that's been in the game since FM21. Depending on the scout that you send to look at someone, that scout will turn around and say they have a really high potential when they don't have a potential. And that is basically showcasing that scout's ability to judge a player's potential is low. So staffing is a particular nugget of annoyance in this game. But if you go to your staff and look at your scouts, go to the bloody staff. Club, sorry, it's in club. If you go to your staff and then look at your actual scouts here, which United should have significantly more than this, but whatever, and then go to the recruitment team and look at a scout here. Okay? You might have a really good team, but even good there means that their judgment will be really, really bad. And the sad thing about it is sometimes, and there's no way to tell how this has been done, which is the other annoying thing about this, sometimes the scout will look at their potential based on the average potential of a player of its age group and not the potential of your team. And then you sign them to your team and their potential goes down because it's basing it off of the average potential of your team, which means that the potential has lowered down based on where they were. It's a bonkersly annoying tweak, but I've always disliked the star system in this game because the star system has never been truly indicative of what everyone ends up meaning. You know? The star system has never been truly indicative of what's actually been happening in the game. It's a particularly annoying problem with the star system because your player's own ability is based on your assistant as well, so their abilities can fluctuate madly. Well, I am not. I literally got an achievement for having a happy squad. Oh yeah, Ruben Amorim is the manager of Everton. Forgot about that. He's done a good job with them too, because they were in relegation zone when he took them over. So he's done a good job. Who do you support IRL, dealer, if you don't mind me asking? I am a United fan, because I am a masochist. As you might have guessed by the fact that I'm doing a United save. But also, it's a shame Senior Benny isn't here. He would have seen that his team walloped the crap out of me and ended up destroying 2 of my goalkeepers and 1 of my young defenders. But we ultimately won against them. Of course they did. Why wouldn't they ban him for an extra 2 games? I mean, it's not like it was a bad challenge, but it's not like it's within the realm of possibility that they could be nice to me. I'm a cop, but not impressed with our form at the moment, buddy. We pressing way too high. Cop? I've never heard that phrase when it comes down to a team. South? Really? I've never heard Liverpool called cop before. It was the name of the famous hill in South... oh, it's because of that. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Where the tragedy ended up happening. There was a load of bloody problem. I should have remembered that, because there was a load of problem last year where ye were pegging us for the Munich disaster and we were pegging you for that hill disaster. I suppose if you want to feel good, dealer, and a new one obviously needs to be written for FM26, but that was the FM24 story. You might get a tickle out of that. Anyways, we have to get ourselves ready for Everton. Fears United surge following slip-up. Ooh, he's fearful of us. Pep is fearful of us. He thinks we're on him. I'm not just we dropped of last 6 games on the bounce apart from the Champions League. I mean, yeah. I think Sloth made an awful lot of stupid decisions when it came down to ye. I was incredibly fearful when he made that many transfers over this particular window, that you made too many changes. But my big thing is I think it's underestimated how many leaders you had. And the loss of Trent and Jordan Henderson. Trent ended up replacing Jordan Henderson, and then when you lost Trent, you didn't have particularly many leaders afterwards. And then, to be fair, I can't say anything. We have Ruben Amorim. I think your stubbornness not to adapt to the changing playstyle in the Premier League is a problem as well. You won more leagues than my and Craic's teams in the past 5 years. That us together. Yeah. For Liverpool since I was 3, and when I went to my first game at Anfield and 400 to flop, come on. Well, we'll see what ends up happening, dealer. Because I legitimately think ye will come good. It's a matter of when Isak ends up settling down. I think, unfortunately, and there's no way you could have predicted this, I think Milos is ultimately going to end up proving to be a busted flush. He just seems too light for the play style you want to play. And I think you need more leaders, but you've signed people who can be leaders, so we'll see what happens. I'm a typical pessimistic Liverpool fan. We will come second half of the season and then go hard. We'll see what ends up happening. There's still a lot of stuff you need to do to fix things right. So we'll see what ends up happening with you. I wouldn't call you out at all yet. So it'll be interesting to see how everything ends up working together, to be fair. So it will be an interesting set of circumstances, all right. Yes, there's that. There's that. I think my big thing is the one signing, like, I don't think you needed Isak. I think that was a mistake to go and sign Isak. I think Nketiah was obviously running off to a blistering start, and that should have been enough for you to diverge from Isak and go for a bonkersly young striker and have just a backup young striker instead of Isak. I think you unsettled Nketiah, who was performing good. But I also think you spent too much on Wirtz, especially considering Szoboszlai is just fantastic in that position and at the moment is performing better than Wirtz. So for me, I think he signed Wirtz to replace Salah. And I don't think that's the right position for Wirtz. But we'll see what ends up happening. Anyway, Blender's about to get another game. Cunha back in the team. Mbeumo back in the team after his injury. We'll keep Mazraoui on the wing for a moment. Potentially swapping him with Ahmad as we need to. Stellar and Manu in the midfield. And we'll go Maguire, De Ligt, and Martinez. With Dogu on the wing as well. So, let's see if we continue to do well. And let's hope that things end up going sound for us. We might need a bit of luck now with Ruben Amorim's Everton performing well in the last wee while. But we are on a particularly good structure. Senior Duck, thank you so much for coming in. It was a pleasure to have you. If you don't end up coming back before I end up finishing up, which you probably won't, have a fantastic night, and I'll chat you again fairly soon, my friend. Make sure your crack is 90 and schlongafol. Spent too much on that Isak. Look at the ticket, he cost 80 million, hit the road running it. Isak struggling. It's nice seeing you guys pick up a bit of form. Yeah. I think he will come a form for you, Isak. He's too good of a player not to. But you did end up spending far too much money on him. It's also a matter of, I think you need to change your play style a bit for Isak as well, which is a different problem. Also, Mateo Kovacic as an Everton signing is a fantastic signing for them. I wonder if they'll sign Grealish full time after this, or if they'll even be able to. Anyway. In we go now. Let's see if we can get another victory out of this. We bloody want it. So, Zappacosta. Okay. I mean, he was the second best striker in the league last season. What the hell was that, guys? Genuinely, what was that? Grealish, yeah. Wide open for them. What the hell was that? Absolutely wide open. Atrocious by every single person involved. Unbelievable levels of capitulation. First shot, first goal. Unbelievable levels of capitulation there. That's astonishing. Ah, come on, guys. Have to be performing better than that. 2 shots, both off target. Okay, corner now. Stellar. Down we go. Nothing there. Mbuemu now. Cross in. Victor Rush not able to do anything. Stellar now. Up to Menu. Menu! Oh, wouldn't that have been a goal and a half if he got that? Ah, come on. We need to get something out of this. Come into the game, guys. It's been 20 minutes. They might score from this. Kovacic. Konya. Nice. Continue the run. Ah, horse crap. Hold the ball if you don't have a proper shot. Disappointing. Very disappointing performance from us. Especially after the last game where we ended up coming from the last league game we had where we were 1-0 down. Maguire. Down to Mazraoui. Nice work, Dogu. That was a very bad cross by Dogu. Oh, Stellar. Oh, that's brutally unlucky for Everton. Stellar, able to keep the ball after Guehi mishandling. Bounces off of them. Pickford should do significantly better and straight in there, but beautiful for us to get it. Absolutely beautiful for us to get it. What tactical change are we doing? No. Oh, the work into the box, yeah. Trex arms Pickford. I mean, I genuinely don't think he's that good of a keeper in general, IRL. In this game, he's fairly good. Like, in this game, he's fairly good. But in general, IRL, I don't actually think he's that good of a keeper. We need to be doing significantly better, though. Like, we need to be doing significantly better. This is the half where we need to actually come into this game. Dogu de Menu, Martinez, Delict, Stellar, Maguire, Martinez, Konya, Dogu. Oh, corner. Why didn't it show the corner? Okay, so we were offside. Brantwaite, Tarskotsky. I don't like these long highlights. Oh no, this is a goal coming for them, isn't it? Belinder does not fill me with any confidence. At 65 minutes, we need to make subs, and I don't know what to make. mean, I know you needed to make a clearance, Doggo, but you could have been better about it. Sap Costa to Grealish. Unbelievable. Unbelievable horse crap. Oh, I don't care if we're in control of the game. Piss off. Good shot stopper at times. That's about it. His dad must have blew if you I don't know. It's hard to know. Like England just had a nasty habit of just looking at the wrong players. Like for a long period of time there, and I know this is probably a bit of United bias in us, but Dean Henderson was a significantly better goalkeeper than him for a long period of time there. And like there's Premier League bias as well, because like nice, beautiful. Tremori should have been in that England team for years. It has been rubbish, Ashton. Absolutely rubbish. But then we bring Mount on, Ahmad on, and Sesko on, and we end up scoring again. So that's not too bad. Like a very bad performance by Brian Mbeumo, and like that's a very lucky goal. But at the same point in time, we need to get and be happy with what we're at. Come on, we need another one. Come on, guys, we need another one. Okay, we need to make a change. I don't know what to do, though. We don't really have anyone we can do anything with, I suppose. Do that. And that. And hope we get something out of this. Should have give him more chances. He's way better than Onana or Heaton. I don't know about Heaton now. I like Tom Heaton a lot. I think we've been very bad with our academy players. Like, I like Vivek. I like the kid we sold to... I like the kid we sold to Bayern Leverkusen. How do you drag and move players around the pitch? Oh, you can go into the boat section here and literally just click them and drag them anywhere you want to. And it lets you end up selecting the position there. You can then go in and actually change the actual individual position itself as well. Or you can just have the tactic ready and go that way as well. We're going to draw this game, which is a bad result for us. Or maybe not. Come on, can we get a goal? Can we get a goal? Shaw to Matthias Cunha. What a horrible pass! You useless sacks of crap. Oh, and that should have been a goal for them too. Oh, that should have been a goal for them too. We should be down. Absolute horse crap from us. Oh, we're going to miss our goalkeeper. Absolute horse crap. I think the number was 20 million or something like that, dealer, that we spent on Lemens. I think it was about 18 million with add-ons that brought it up to 25. But, so Lemens, it's nice having a goalkeeper that, it's nice having a goalkeeper that's confident. And it breeds confidence into defense. It's massive, the difference that it makes. massive, the difference that it makes. And he brings a certain strength to him. I don't like how overboard people are going with him, though. Like, to turn around and say after 3 games of him, after 4 games of him being there, that he's the next Courtois, that he's the next Schmeichel, is an awful, heavy burden to put on the kid. I think that's unfair, if I'm honest. But at the same point in time, he's been performing very, very good. And that's what you want to end up seeing, a performance such as that. Moss, you are a gent and a scholar. Thank you so much. I need to rob that alert off of you, Moss. That is a gorgeous alert. I need to rob that alert off of you and potentially use it for my raids. How did the stream end up going for you? What a moment. Oh my God, what a moment. Just Peter going absolutely bonkers. Peter K is probably the best. What is it? It's Peter what? Peter. It is Peter. Tate or Peter. Commentator. Peter Dory. Peter Dory is honestly one of the best commentators I've ever heard in my life. And I'm a wrestling fan where I'm a fan of Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler and all of them. And Mauro Ronaldo. He is phenomenal in the stuff that he does. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, Marcus Rashford has scored versus PSG. Like, unbelievable, some of his calls. Unbelievable. Anyway, how did the stream end up going for you, Moss man? I hope it was a good bit of crack. Yeah, more than welcome to steal anything, mate. Stream started very poorly, but we had a good 7-0 win in the UCL. Happy out to hear. Who are you playing, if you don't mind me asking? Our stream so far has been a fairly good schedule for us. So we started here 3-1, 3-1, 3-0, and a 2-2. The unfortunate problem was Benikage's own West Ham. We had a red card to Bruno Fernandes and 3 injuries from them, 2 of which were my goalkeepers. So, you know, what can you do? By the way, guys, if you haven't given Moss a follow, please do. Genuinely sound individual. Brilliant streamer in his own right. You should definitely give him a follow. Okay, so Arsenal's after losing. That's interesting. Yeah, okay, we're after getting money for Dean Henderson. That's nice. Paul looks interesting. Palace is there. Okay. Palace should be an interesting fight. Alex Scott there with his 3 goals. Genuinely good player, but typically they want bonkers money for Alex Scott. Although they're not actually that high for Alex Scott now. As a wrestling fan, then, what did you think of Saturday night main event? Surprisingly simple, Moss. I expected more to happen. It was just 4 wrestling matches, but there were fine matches. Jeremy Pino just scored 24 goals for me in his first season at Liverpool. He had 52 million. Well, he is a phenomenal player, Jeremy Yemo. So it doesn't surprise me, 1M, that he has done that. 23 years of age, has a phenomenal potential. How you got him for 52 million quid, I'll heavens to Betsy know, but he is a phenomenal player. He has scored 8 goals for Palace, and he's been coming off of the bench for them. But yeah, back to Saturday Night Main Event. I thought it was a fine event. I was surprised more didn't end up happening with it. I'm surprised they didn't do anything in the Punk Jey Uso match. If the rumor is true and Jey Uso was intoxicated during that match, he should never, ever, 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 ever get a championship match again. If that's true. And that's a big if. Dominic Mysterio came across very well. Rusev needs to do some character work on his own. But in general, it was a good show. It was a good show. Tonight will be interesting, because if it was me, the first thing I'd end up doing would be turning CM Punk heel and turning Braun Breaker face. But we'll see. What about you, my friend? How did you find it, if you don't mind me asking? There we go. Isak performing for Liverpool. Oh, God damn it, Manu. I mean, if he makes a good deal, we might sell him. The sad thing with Sancho is Sancho's a really good player in FM. And as much as you dislike your feelings about him, he's actually kind of worth keeping. Like, he's a genuinely good player. So he's actually worth keeping, which is a really, really, really annoying thing about it. Same thing with Marcus Rashford, funnily enough. It's daft to sell Marcus Rashford. So the 3 players that United have out at loan at the moment are 3 players you really don't want to sell, which is Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, and Rasmus Højlund. All 3 of them have really good potentials and become phenomenally well. I enjoyed the matches, but I thought there could have been a bit more to the show. I don't get why they're not pushing Braun Breaker. The thing with Braun Breaker is it's not that they're not pushing him. It's that this injury happened at the absolute worst time. And they didn't want to give him the championship on a Saturday Night Main Event. They wanted to give a championship to him at WrestleMania. If not WrestleMania, a SummerSlam. If not SummerSlam, a Survivor Series. There's a problem with that equation, Moss. And that equation is they've already announced Survivor Series as War Games. And he can't win it in War Games. Even though he could, but he can't. He can't win it in War Games. He's not. They don't want him to win it at a Saturday Night Main Event, and and Punk and Seth Rollins got injured at the wrong time. So the idea was for Rollins to keep the title until, at the very, very least, WrestleMania, and potentially have him win the Royal Rumble, or wait a year and do it then. They just don't want to put the title on him at a random Saturday Night Main Event, which I think is stupid. But we'll see. I have a feeling what they're going to do is they're going to put him as one of the principal names to get into the John Cena tournament instead of going after the World Heavyweight Championship, and that'll just knot at his head until eventually he just spears Paul Heyman out of his boots. But I think they're probably going to end up merging Paul Heyman back with CM Punk, for as stupid as that makes as that is. But we'll see what they end up doing tonight. It'll be interesting. Maybe they'll surprise everyone and do a completely different War Games match and just have CM Punk versus Braun Breaker at Survivor Series, which, if they do, CM Punk should lose it. Genuinely. If they do that match, Punk should lose it. But we'll see. I also am a bit sad about the whole circumstance, because to me, the next best thing in the wrestling at the moment is is Dominic Mysterio. And I think Dominic Mysterio is the one you should put a rocket up the arse of. I love Braun Breaker, but Braun Breaker needs more character work. He needs to figure himself out a bit more. Dominic Mysterio doesn't. You could put Dominic Mysterio in the main event now and he knows who he is. If you put Braun Breaker into the main event now, he doesn't know himself yet. So, we'll see. We'll see. But in general, I'm liking the way WWE is looking at the moment. And I have to say, I don't like the hyperbole that is happening online where everyone is cutting the gills of WWE and the booking that's going on. I don't think the booking has been as bad as people have turned around and said that it is. I think the major reason why WWE has been having attendance issues over the past month is because the prices are too expensive. Like, tickets went on sale on Friday for Belfast here in Ireland. And because we don't get it, and as a result of which we can't choose and pick locations in order to pay for them, the tickets were sold in 30 seconds. 30 seconds, the general availability tickets were gone. I tried to get in and get the tickets. The ticket price I ended up having was 446 quid for a mid-seat, and that was gone in 30 seconds. I'm not spending that anyways, but that's horse crap. So they still have the pull. It's just that in America, they're overreaching their pull, and that's an issue. I don't think the actual booking is a problem. Now, with that being said, I have also have the unpopular opinion that Rollins wasn't actually that good, but I'll talk about that at another time. Yeah, like double champ Dom is unbelievable, and I love too how there was a load of people messing with Dominic Mysterio as if he had went back to the old school blonde hairstyle as well. Which if Dominic Mysterio, I don't care if his wife has a problem with it, I don't care if he has a kid and his kid has a problem with it, I don't care if he's told by the bloody American government he needs to shave off his head. If Dominic Mysterio ever shaves off his head, he deserves a good kick into the gonads and be told to cop the hell on. The hair is so much part of that aura. So much part of that aura. To me, the long hair and the mustache is so much a part of Dominic Mysterio's look that it's like Jinder Mahal and his hair. If you look at Jinder Mahal when he was the modern day Maharaja, when he was the WWE champion, despite the fact that that man was on so much roids that he could kill a horse, that look just made him feel like a beast, made him feel like a killer. When he came back with the shaved head, he didn't look as good. And I think Dominic Mysterio would have the same problem. Not that he looks like a monster, but just the sleaziness of the long hair and the mustache. I think he needs it. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I went to Clash in the Castle. The 60,000 seat arena one in the Principality Stadium in Wales. I got the ticket for 125 quid. And then I went to Clash in Paris there recently and got them for 120 quid as well. So I'm willing to spend that much money. It's still a lot of money, but I'm willing to spend that much money. But the 400 is a joke. Absolute joke. And I think that's the major thing with them. I think they're just being too greedy. But the other interesting thing when it comes down to WWE, and I've heard someone make this point, is both WWE and the UFC are in an interesting predicament at the moment because both are being churned for a sale. An awful lot of people are of the opinion that TKO are setting both companies up to be sold to the Saudi princes, which is the reason why we have Saudi WrestleMania, because by that point in time, Saudi Arabia will have purchased WWE and they'll be making it as a big conglomerate of the Saudi Arabian organization to, whitewash all their crap, which, to be honest, I don't actually have that big of a problem with, but we'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, Moss, we were in the same stadium. I was in the top left-hand corner. I still, to this day, get shivers thinking of us chanting the Metalingus song. Like, Edge I know you know because you were there. Edge legitimately lost his crap at us chanting Metalingus. Like, he teared up at us doing Metalingus. And then that Dominic Mysterio nutshot it lives in the annals of history as one of the smartest things WWE has ever done. Genuinely. Okay, so we need to make some changes here. Oh yeah. Goddamn, every time you see Bailey, you have to end up chanting that goddamn tune. It's only right now to end up doing it. And the really sad thing with Bailey at the moment is she lost her chance to do it too. Like, Bailey now, this character that Bailey's doing is the wrong type of character for her. And it's sad because I absolutely adored the work Bailey did during the pandemic as that character. And if she'd done that again, she'd be fine. Because WWE badly needs heels, even in the women's division. And Bailey is a bigger than average woman to the people that are in there. So she can turn around and be that Jordan Grace type character and just bust the crap out of everyone there. I know she doesn't have Sasha Banks with her to be that snivelly heel that's behind her, but she should get someone like that again and do that again instead of this unhinged character that's going around with Lyra Valkyria. But, you know, WWE has never written women right well. But yeah, the "Hey baby, Bailey, won't you be my girl" is a classic for a reason. Also, the fact that we legitimately broke her was hilarious too. Okay. We're going to go with this team. And catch yourselves back up to where we were before the end of the last stream, when my save data ended up getting eroded. So we'll do this match as soon as I come back in 1 second. I'm just quickly going to use a lube break, so just bear with me and I'll be right back. 30 seconds at most. Okay, good. Back. So, we should be all set now. Hopefully, Belinder has a better game than he did the last time. And we go in now against Palace, hopefully ready to perform. I will say, when it comes down to WWE 2, one of the things I'm fascinated by is the acquisition of AAA, because it'll be interesting to see how much they end up integrating that into the other elements. Because the latest AAA show wasn't televised live. Even in Mexico, wasn't televised live. You had to be at the event in order to find out what was happening at the event. And what's interesting about that is they crowned new AAA mixed tag team champions in Chelsea Green and Ethan Page. And that's actually a fantastic idea. Interesting that they're bringing Guehe in, who's going off to Saudi in the summer. Because like people have been on about for years about bringing in mixed tag team titles into WWE, and the AAA ones might be a way to end up doing that. Okay, so let's wish us a bit of luck now as we go in here. We could be competing with City if we end up winning this game. So we need to have a good performance in ourselves to hopefully be competing with City now. We're controlling the ball just fine, but our shots have been less than threatening. Shaw already with a card, which is concerning. And there with the first highlight. God damn it. Oh, Sesko! And then you lose it immediately to Wharton. Of course you do. Wharton, fantastic player as well. Doggo to Stellar. To Cunha. Cunha with the run. Down to Ahmad. Cross in. Sesko! The 6.5 striker doing fantastic. That's every game he's been in. He's ended up scoring a header goal. Unbelievable by Sesko. It's amazing what can happen when you have a 6'5" striker. And Dean Henderson could do nothing. Nothing about that. Matty, my friend, what's a crack-a-lackin' with you? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? Is it all going delicious? We're almost back up to where we were before. We're now going up against the mighty Crystal Palace. We are 1-0 up, but we are doing good. We're in control of the game. We are using a new tactical organization point that seems to be working well for us. It does require us to have a tall striker, though, apparently. So, good thing we have Sesko, but we'll be keeping that into mind. What about yourself, Matty? Are you excited for the official release tomorrow and all that that brings? Also, how did you feel about why did it take so long for that shout out to happen? Wow. Did it not show you out earlier on? That shout out not happen when you raided. Okay, I need to look at stream elements and figure out why that didn't happen. Weird. Also, this bug is annoying that it ends up showing disallowed goals before they end up happening. Anyway, pleasure to have you back, Senior Benny. However, Benny, we need to have a discussion. We need to have a discussion, Benny. Oh, we'll talk about it in a second. Okay, I'll check the Discord. Yes. Yes. You vicious, vicious, vicious arseholes. Knocking the living crap out of me players. Oh no, the food. Oh no. Okay, yeah. To be fair, those tacos look gorgeous. I completely forgot about my own rule of if you talk about food, you need to showcase it. No, West Ham, when we faced off against them, injured Euro, injured Lemens, and injured Tom Heaton. Love to see that scoreline. I just beat Liverpool 4-1 after having beef with Slot in the press. I think tomorrow it will just be like today, but with some fixes, I feel. It looks that way, to be honest, unfortunately. Okay, I'll mention it again in a second, Matty. I mean, they battered the living crap out of me, Benny, which is the reason why Belinder is in goal for the moment in my play, who hasn't been performing too bad, but he hasn't been performing good either. And Euro getting injured was quite annoying. All three players injured for 2 months. I have to consider too, considering I am, and this will probably destroy the metrics on the other platforms, but at this point, I mean, long enough, who cares? I have to consider too. Oh, never mind. Lewis, thank you so much for the raid. You are a gent and a scholar. How did the save end up going for you, my friend? I hope it was fantastic. Yeah, I'm considering, even though on multi-streaming it's a pain in the arse, of bringing back the advertisement point and going down that way, that I just stop for advertisements so that basically that ends up happening. But we'll see. You know, we'll see whether or not I actually bother. But, Lewis, it's a pleasure to have you, my friend. What's a crack-a-lackin'? Is it all going good? Is it all going grand? How did your stream end up going? Tell us a bit about them. As for yourself, Matty, I hope that... I think it'll be the same, that the game won't have much of a difference. I mean, you could follow Kurt's advice too, I suppose. But yeah, how did the save end up going for you today, my friend, if you don't mind me asking? We have been doing phenomenally well today. We have had 3 wins and 1 draw. Draw versus Ruben Amorim's Everton. And we might be having a second draw on our play now in a second. Nope, Matthias Glick doing well. You... No luck for me. No luck for me. Like, this is where I wish I had Lemens. Lemens would end up saving that. Also horrible by Martinez. What do you think of the United game this weekend? I hope we do well. That's all you can end up hoping for. If it's a draw, I'm happy with that result. I think Tottenham are in an interesting kettle of fish, and it'll be interesting to see whether or not there's a bit of a revolt on the players, but I don't think there will be. So I'm looking forward to the game more than anything else, but we'll see what ends up happening. We are Estides in the second division of the Argentine and somehow 1-0 in the semi-finals of the playoffs. Well, congratulations to that, Lewis. How do the playoffs work there? Is it 2 legs? Is it 1 game? Do you just continue on? Oh, yes, I know the pronunciation was shite. That is a goal of the season by Manu. Oh my God. That is a goal of the season. What is it? Estudiantes, huh? I'm shocked by that goal. Oh no. Oh. Oh. This game still has my heart in my chest sometimes. Sorry, that's my bad. I meant this past weekend, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this weekend. Hopefully we can get still some success. I mean, the Forest game wasn't bad. We expected Deitch to play that way, and we knew that if they got a lead, it would be a very difficult game. Obviously the lack of concentration after halftime is a problem, and we came back into the game. We didn't let our heads die, and we could have won that game. We probably should have won that game. Sesko ended up having a very bad performance, but in general, you know, optimistic based on that result. It's not a bad result against Nottingham Forest. And more than anything, it made me happy about Deitch. I think Deitch is going to end up doing a fantastic job there. And as much as I don't like Forest for what they did to Palace, I like Deitch. So we'll see. Studiontes. Studiontes. Stun. So How do we do this? Because there's two S's there. How do you pronounce SS? Estudiantes. 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 Yeah, but you have to go long on it. Yeah, Estudiantes. Anyway, in the grand scheme of things, who matters? Congratulations for winning the first bit of your semi-final playoffs, Lewis. I'll have to keep an eye out for when you go live again to try and catch the next bit of it. Awesome to hear that you ended up doing well in it, my friend. We are doing okay now as well. Let's see if we can continue to perform grand here and win this game versus Crystal Palace. Sesko has been performing monstrously for us. Like that! As of late. His first goal in a while hasn't been a header, mind you. But imagine if United started to perform like this, just came out of the gutter strong and hell hat to Bethlehem at half time. I have no idea how. Lost the first leg of the last round 2-0 at home, and then the away leg 5-0. That's interesting too, because I'm still of the opinion that this game is built on the carcass of FM24, based on certain things like contract negotiations still FMing you if another club ends up coming in, where they can get a player who's a free agent for half the contract value you can. I wonder if the game is still corrupt on the fact that an away-legged team are bonkersly strong in comparison to their home leg. Like when you're away, they are much stronger than at home, even though you ended up getting the 5-0 win, because that was a thing in 24, where if you went away to a team and you were at their home, they were significantly stronger in that leg, especially if it was the second leg. Now, obviously, you won 5-0, so it goes against the rule of what I'm stating, but it's just an interesting point that I'm making, that I immediately contradicted in your example, but... Ooh, Doc, please do tell us what it is. Oh, mine is hat-trick Sesko! Yay! God, I'm like a pig in shit. What is that? Oh my God. You've 20 tiers of the Premier League set up? Fair play to you. Is that... Imagine if Sesko does that against Tottenham. We'll all be happy, men. I mean, I think there's legitimately still a player in Sesko, but like that Nottingham Forest performance was not good. And it does need to be noted that he had significant chances in that game that he needed to put away. Oh, crap baskets. Give us a second. I mean, probably Lewis. You're the greatest player I've ever seen. It's the reason why you decided to raid me. Probably Ash Day. Spurs will probably play like prime Barcelona against us. It would only be right. It would only be right for them to play that good against us, to be honest. Anyway, we need to make some subs. But with that being said, honestly, I suspect that Spurs might have a bad day against us. But a number of those players will want to end up kicking into gear, especially after being called out. But we'll see what ends up happening. It'll be an interesting game all the same. 78 divisions in Tier 2 of England. Crikey. How does that work? 12, by the way, not 2. That's actually nuts. That's cattywampus is what that is. I could have sworn that said they brought on Ntekia. Okay. Well, this looks like we're getting a good result out of this anyway. It's unlikely they're going to come back, thankfully. Although Jeremy Pino did not have a good game today, which is unfortunate for him. Happy for us, but unfortunate for them. Corner for them. Adam Wharton taking it. Ooh. No set. Oh! Did that go through? Oh no, offside. How did he get offside? That's interesting. How was he offside? Still, good performance by us. A Sesko hat-trick. His second hat-trick of the season so far. So when you end up doing your lower down the division save, Duck, who do you normally go for? I don't like this. It always feels weird. Yes? You have to be happy with the win. I mean, you're hardly going to turn around and say that you're not happy with a win. Okay, Doggo got 800,000. That's not too bad. 1.5 million for his 25th appearance. That's a whack and a half. But at the same point in time, he's performed well, so it doesn't really matter. Leon, performing okay for Cardiff. We'd like him to be doing better. I mean, Goretzka would be an interesting person to end up getting into the team. He's not worth it, though, because of his salary cost and the age profile. He'd be the same as Casemiro. So you'd be keeping him for a year and getting rid of him. I like JD Knaf, but he doesn't... I have to apologize for rain and run, but I have to be up at 6 a.m. for gym. No bother, Lewitt. It is an absolute pleasure to have you, and thank you so much for doing it again. If you want to post in my Discord when you're live, I'll happily end up popping in if I don't end up noticing the go live notification. But it was a pleasure to end up having you. Thank you so much for the raid. Make sure that your night is brilliant. Make sure your crack is 90. And as always, poke me home, my friend. Okay, so... Ooh, Chelsea game. Yeah, we're in positive moves for that. Good for him. I intend to. Thank you so much for the good luck. Hopefully it brings it to me. But what do you think yourself, Matty? Do you think we get a win out of Tottenham? Do you think we get a draw out of Tottenham? Do you think we get a loss out of Tottenham? And do you think if we get a win that it'll bring delusions of grandeur into people and they'll actually start thinking that we're in a title challenge? How far into the future, Duck, if you don't mind me asking? Because it's not a bad idea to just go farther into the future, ignore all the crap of all the people that are in it now and see how it goes. I believe it is at home for Spurs, isn't it? It is an away game, or is it at home for us? Let me check. Yes, it's in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Also 6-3. Oh my god. Saka with a hat-trick. Garnacho scoring for Chelsea. Also, by the way, there is a way for you to find out what tactics they have used. I know it doesn't tell you here, and it seems like there's no way to find out what tactics they've used. There is an actual way to find it out. Do you know what you have to do? You have to go and watch the goals. This will load up the... I should have said it before this can crash the game. This was daft me. I should have saved the game before I done this. This can crash the game. But you can load up the teams like this. It'll load up the match results. It'll show off the goals that are happening here, generate the match report. And once the match report is actually generated, it'll showcase the in-game match report, and you can see their tactics. I don't know. We are so inconsistent from game to game. I don't know what's going to happen with Spurs. I think we can win. You see the VDV and Spence spat with Thomas Frank. That's why I was saying we'll see what ends up happening to them. I think the thing is, Lemens has made us infinitesimally more confident in the back. It'll be interesting to see whether or not Martinez is back for that game, and if he is, would you play him? Honestly, if it was me, I wouldn't. I would delay Martinez for that game and bring him back for the game after the international break versus Everton. I think we'll end up performing grand. They'll end up having themselves bollocked out for the momentary lapse of judgment from the Forest game. So we'll see what ends up happening. If I was a betting man, I'd say we get the win out of it, but that could be blinkers. I think with the Thomas Frank situation, he turned around himself and said they won't do that again. So it's probably going to be a situation where they're going to be game to end up fighting. Now, whether or not he drops them is another thing as well, but we'll see what ends up happening. Yeah, hopefully it ends up doing well first. That's irrelevant, Matty. Ange ain't there anymore. Yeah, and it's not the same United team either. We've sold quite a significant amount of people that were in that team. Also, I think I crashed the game. I think I might have crashed the game. We'll give it another minute or so, and if it doesn't, then I might end up closing it or reopening it. I mean, there's taking a while, and then there's taking this, Duck. Mine was this, to be frank. Okay, fair enough. So I suppose we can end up saying, no, Ashday, I didn't, because Craic is the height of intelligence, don't you know? Because, of course, why would the Craic save the game before doing something that he knew could crash the goddamn game? Why would he do that? You know, why would the Craic end up showing an element of intelligence in toss or faculties or anything like that? Why would the Craic do something like that? No. I'm just a tit. Oh, there we go. God damn it. See, you can end up seeing the formations. And if you go into the formations, you can see the in and out of the formations of how they're playing. Although everyone plays the same formation, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, you can see that extra information. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. Arsenal's formation, for those of you that want something that could be Chelsea 6-3, is that. You can figure out the actual, extras of this formation all on your own, but that's what they ended up doing there. It is annoying that the heat map and crap like that isn't being showcased, but at the end of the day, who cares? Ooh, Everton are going into this game spicy as well. Opposition report. Mickey van de Ven. I mean, I actually like Mickey van de Ven, so it is unfortunate that he's been performing, that he had that spat with Thomas Frank. In general, he's been the height of professionalism for them. Helps with the predicted lineup tactic. I won't lie, I haven't looked too much at it. I might do that, Ashday, ironically enough, if it isn't too expensive to get him. Yeah, that's what I thought. We are now required to make that towards 2.5 taken out earlier, which means I don't get this. Our overall balance has just bonkersly dropped. It dropped 30 million in one month. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter. We're going to be doing good later on. But opposition report. Where do we see that? Is that in match? Yes, opposition report. Yes, I shall do. Save there. Thanks for the reminder, Ashley. When you see this, will probably crash the game as well. Okay, so Newcastle, Anthony Gordon out, Ange Postecoglou as the manager. The fuck? Oh, yes, we knew it was Ange Postecoglou that was the manager, yeah. They've been performing average. They're 13th. They're in horrendous form. Their formation analysis. Their goal analysis. Interesting. It is a bit unfortunate you can't just do an opposition report on any team in the league. But let's have a look at Cole Palmer, see how much he is. And see if he actually is worth looking into as well. Yes, he is. Although... Also, I love how Cole Palmer's contract is until 2033. He actually has the 8-year contract, and the game doesn't allow you to do 8-year contracts. We'll see at the start of next year if he actually isn't just wildly expensive. If he actually is somewhat affordable next year, we might try and get him. Because I know I've seen some people go and do bonkers deals in the game and get away lucky as a result of that. Because like I've seen some people already purchase Dean Heisen. I don't know how you pronounce him, but Dean Heisen from Real Madrid. And like he's bonkers in terms of his pricing as well. Like he's bonkers in terms of his pricing point as well. Not as bonkers as Cole Palmer is, but like he's still fairly cattywampus in his pricing point, you know? Also, it's really annoying watching going to the teams and seeing those logos. Achievements, the center of attention for Postecoglou. What? Oh, going up against the manager that has the managerial want. Fair enough. I was wondering what they're wrong about. Also, typical that they're performing phenomenally well too, isn't it? Okay, into the press conference we go. Start the press conference. He's come to give us plaudits. I couldn't care less, to be honest. I'm here to win a game, not make friends, even though that'll probably piss him off. Will he be looking to make changes? I would rather not discuss that. Do you think a good run of form is around a lot of a winning squad, vice versa? I don't really want to talk about that. He's doing well. We will be patient and cautious with our players. Yes. 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 No comment. Actually, just exit. You're asking me a stupid question. I am actually looking forward to the top 100 youths because I typically try to scout them and rob as many of them as I can. Oh yeah, Kobe Manu's stupid promise that I didn't make. Forgot about that. Yeah, Trincao too is bonkers. I love Trincao. Trincao, for those of you that didn't see it, Trincao was legendary in my FM24 save. He's saved so many games in the Portugal run to the World Cup. And at 60 million quid to be better, in theory, than Mount Mbeumo and Cunha, we'll consider it. We'll consider it is basically the way we're looking. Because out of possession, he won't be in the centre. Out of possession, he'll be on the left. and he can play there. So even though it says that he can't, which is horse, well, yeah, it's horse crap because it says that he can. Well, maybe. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Well, he can on the right. So we'd be putting him there. So we're putting him in mount spot so that the out of possession he could play there. I mean, it is. He is 26, which is older than you'd like. But he's very, very good. He's very, very good. I think it's a release clause from Trincao. It would make sense for it to be a release clause. Although, show me the contract, you pain in the arse. Minimum release clause 60 million. Yeah. So it would be direct 60 million straight into their bank account, which is quite a hefty chunk. Now we could pay it and we'd be fine. But is it worth it? Probably not, unfortunately. He's probably not what we need. Ideally, we probably need more defensive acumen than offensive acumen. We're probably fine on the offensive point of view, unless we sold one of Konya or Mbwemu, which wouldn't be a bad shout, considering the performances they've been putting in. When you say RC, release clause, yes. Yeah. We'll keep an eye on it, and we might end up doing it when we get into the next season. But that'll be future Craic's problem. Now, we have our game versus the mighty Newcastle. Bruno Fernandes is capable to come back. But. After his torrid card, I'm not sure if we play him. Yeah, he's not, unfortunately. He's had a couple of injuries but like he's only had one assist in the 14 appearances that he's had. He's been very, very poor. Konya has been better with 5 goals and 4 assists in 25 appearances. Still not great, but better. The actual Mount has had 5 goals and 6 assists as well, which you'd expect to be better. But Mount has, he should have more assists than that. An awful lot of his assists haven't ended up counting. Obviously, at the end of the day, the best out of a lot of them has been Bruno. Funnily enough, even though with 5 goals and 6 assists again. Dogu has been specifically good with 6. Jesus, I didn't even know he scored 7 goals. 7 goals and 8 assists. And Ahmad has been quite good with 4 and 5. Sesko has ended up scoring 17 goals, which is fantastic for him. So we're not doing too bad. When it comes down to going for Job, Matty, it's an interesting point. In FM, Job has always been okay. He has good potential. And I mean, especially if you're an English team, he's good to go for because he counts as a homegrown player. But is Job worth it? Probably not, if I'm honest. And the good thing with him, he's fairly determined and a whole lot, so like you don't have the issues of him being a whiny bitch and his parents following him everywhere that he goes. So there is that benefit to him. But it's hard to know whether or not it's worth going for him. Considering he's not sharp and we're going into this game, we will go with Mazraoui in... No, so we'll go with... Mazraoui on the wing as the only change we're going to do. And then go with the same team as before. Have a Buemo on the bench to be a substitute on. Victor Rushk on the bench. Ahmad on the bench. We have a fairly strong bench now, so we should be okay. Saw someone else's stream. They got a 115 million plus offer for Ahmad. I mean, he's a good player. He's a good player. Stats-wise, he can end up being phenomenally good. He has the potential to be one of the best in the Premier League. So it's not shocking that it would end up happening, especially if he performs better than what mine would end up happening. I'm sure his Ahmad would end up having a better goal distribution than mine does. But, you know, like, Sesko, for me, would probably end up getting that type of offer. But we'll see what ends up happening. But getting him for 50 and his wage is at, give or take, 100k. I mean, that's not a bad wage for him. Genuinely, Manny, that's not a bad wage for him if you were to consider getting him. That's a fairly competent wage to go at if you were going to take him. So I would consider it at that wage, if I'm honest. If you could get it lower, it'd be ideal. But that's not a bad wage to have him at. But with all that being said, this is the team we're going with. So, wish us some luck as we go up against Ange Postecoglou's Newcastle. We can have a look later on and see where Eddie Howe has landed, if he has landed anywhere after this game. But we are finally ahead of where we ended the last stream after the corruption of the save. And we're in to see how it goes. Can we end up getting a victory over one of the big guns? Can we get a victory over Newcastle United? Can the game actually bloody load without it taking forever? Who knows the answer to any of these questions? Find out next time on Craic Attack Central. Fabian Sakar, Botman, Tino Livramento, Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes. Ooh. Did they not have Anthony Elanga? We'll have to see. Oh, so Mossy, what ended up happening was I was testing specifically this tactic out on a personal save, and I clicked save at the top of it, and it overrid 6 of my previous backups. So that saves 2 backups. Because you know the way that when you save it, it keeps 2 backup saves. So that game's 2 backups. The main save for this one and its first backup. So it overrid 6 saves. And as a result of which, I had to go back 3 backups to this, which meant that we went back to the start of January, which meant all of the progress we made in the previous stream just went, which is wonderful. But hey, what can you do? I mean, it doesn't matter. We're back now where we are, and we're enjoying it. I like Tonali. I really like Tonali as a player. I do find it very, very funny, Tonali's reaction at seeing the Newcastle gym equipment. And supposedly that hasn't improved too much in the grand scheme of things. He's still not entirely happy with the equipment for Newcastle, but he's a very good player. He has good tenacity in the whole lot. Bruno Guimaraes is a very good player, but he's older than people think too. To my knowledge, Bruno Guimaraes is 28, 29, I think. I'll check it in a minute. But he's older than people think, so that doesn't help either. Oh wow, that's crappy. I had something similar, but my save just said it wouldn't load, so lost all of Saturday's save. Yeah, and I don't mind at the end of the day. Like, I'm doing this for fun until we end up starting an actual save, or continue this. We might just continue this save, to be honest, for now. But we'll see how things end up going. It depends on how the audience ends up feeling about it and how everything ends up going, whether or not I stay on this one or go and do an unemployment to rags and riches, or how things end up going. Because, like, obviously, United, you're at the precipice and you're just continuing to bloody grow. But we'll see how things end up going. For now, though, I'm enjoying the beta. I still am of the opinion that you should purchase, if you don't own it, you definitely should purchase FM24 before it goes delisted. Otherwise, sail the Ocean Blues, because to me at the moment, it's still a better game. Mods will end up helping this game up the wazoo, but I think 24 is still a better game. Also, Taw is a much better defender. I'm shocked he's not playing. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured Bruno Guimaraes was 28. Like, Bruno Guimaraes is surprisingly old. You think that Bruno Guimaraes is like Martin Odegaard when he joined Arsenal, 23 years of age when he ended up joining them. But no, like, Bruno Guimaraes, now to be fair, he's been there for a few years, but he is surprisingly old to take now. But with that being said, like, all of it is weird. Like, Sakar is 29, I think. 34, never mind, 34. Botman is 32. 26. God, I got these all wrong. Trippier is old. He's 35. Livramento is really young. Bonkersly young and a very good talent. Why are they playing Wolfmed in midfield, you tits? Solanke up front. Weze and Murphy. Okay, whatever. Play your striker in midfield. Fair play to you. Play your striker in midfield and then play your infinitesimally weaker striker up front. Ooh, Mazraoui. Ooh, Shaw now to De Ligt. Nice passing work from us. Martinez to Shaw. Shaw to Mazraoui. Oh, what a save. Hold on, that wasn't a save? How the hell did you miss that, Mount? That's insane. I'm going to wait for this to come in before I pronounce your name. Arjan, thank you so much for the follow. It is a pleasure to have you. How is the crack treating you? As we score from a Sesko header, the 6.5 mega star, keeping us in the lead. 18 goals for him now. This tactic has worked bloody wonders for Sesko. If nobody else, it worked phenomenal for Sesko. He has been scoring for pop candies since we swapped to this tactic. Kurt must be scared for his life that I have a Christmas tree that's working whenever we actually do the online streamer save. Was Murphy a twin, or was he a former Norwich youngster with his brother? I don't know. I know very little about Jacob Murphy. I just know that he is genuinely a very good player. I just know that he's old too, which is the other unfortunate thing. This is what I get for not knowing about Jacob Murphy. Also, how is you tit, Martinez? Not only did you put Solanke onside, you passed him the ball. Ooh, Doggu. Are we gonna get an instant call back? I do need to add a pop-up or something here for goals like Guija has and the others. Mazraoui to Stellar to Mount to Stellar to Shaw. Nobody there. And Aaron Ramsdale as their main goalkeeper is an interesting choice. Ooh, I wonder what we're going to end up getting. Sesko. Aaron Ramsdale performing good. We got the megaphone, by the way, in case you're wondering what this is.
We need something out of this. That left-hand side has been performing particularly bad. This voice is ultra sensitive to my breathing too, so I need to be careful about breathing in it. God, we're not getting anything out of this. They've had 6 shots and 6 on target. That's kind of bonkers. Crap. I mean, it's a megaphone, so it pretty much is. Yeah, Jacob Murphy's 31, that's what I thought. Okay, shout at the team anyway, because we're far from pleased. Mazraoui's performing the best. That left-hand side might need some changes. But pray for us a bit. As we go in to this next half. Because unfortunately, we might need it.
Okay. We've only had 2 corners too, which is a bit of a problem. We've had more XG, but we haven't been able to convert that XG. Yeah, Dogu and Matthias have been performing very, very bad, so at 60 minutes we'll make the subs. Unfortunate, because Dogu has been having such a good season this season. Okay. So, Julian DeVille, Brian Mbuemu. And Harry Maguire for Delict. And let's hope we do well. Also, turn ourselves into ultra attacking, because now we just need to go full whack and hope we end up getting it, because a draw is a bad result out of this game. You prefer my voice with the voice changer, do you? I really hope to fix the VAR thing. I want to wait, and yeah, I'm the same. It is really annoying, because it means you know immediately that their goal is a goal. Whatever about the Jacob scoring. Fuck him. Of course it'd be Jacob Murphy too, after me praising the prick. Typical. Absolutely typical. I blame Kurt. Come on, guys, we need to get something out of this. I think we're just dead, aren't we? Is Ange gonna get one over me? I hope not. That's Rowie to Mount. Aaron Ramsdale able to catch the ball. Sesko not powerful enough to battle it out of his hands. Kick out now. Maguire. Good. To Jordan. Oh, Sesko. Oh! Oh, you could have ran a bit with that, Sesko. It landed perfectly to your feet. Oh, come on, guys. We need it. We need it. Come on, come with a draw for us. Well, this is what I get for boasting about the tactic. Mazraoui. Pass him there. Mount. To Julian. Man, who bounced it off of him. Oh. Martinez. Oh, Aaron Ramsdale, hands of Midas performance. And you get one of them every now and again, and it happened in this game, and unfortunately it screwed us completely. Hands of Midas performance by bloody Aaron Ramsdale. Everything he touched, he saved. Sesko. Down to Julian. Julian, running with it. Julian. Mazraoui. Sesko attempted, but no love. Free kick. That's the game, I think. That's the game, I think. Kieran Trippier. Can we get a last-minute draw? Nope. Can they get a last-minute winner? Nope. Mazraoui, Stellar. Mbeumo to Sesko to Julian. Julian. Oh! Oh, that's so unlucky. That's so unlucky towards the end of that. Hands of Midas performance by Aaron Ramsdale. One of the best goalkeeping performances you'll end up seeing, and brutally unlucky that we didn't end up getting a goal there at the end. Julian performing fantastically well. Mbeumo, after coming on, performing shite. So, bollock the life out of them. Turn around to you, and you, and you, and say that, and then continue on. That's our first loss in a while, and an unfortunate time to end up getting it when we're on the heels of City for third. It's an unfortunate time to get that loss, but it's not the end of the world, thankfully. Like, we're in similar rounds there. We have a good gap now between Chelsea. We're still in 4th place. The title challenge was, unfortunately, pretty much out of our way. And City drew 2 to Nottingham Forest, so we would have actually overtaken them. Which is sad. Sad, sad, sad. But FA Cup next against Ipswich. You know, I'm half tempted, to be honest, to not play Lisandro Martinez anymore and to sell him in the summer to avoid that 2 million payment. But I honestly don't, yes, because he's 28, it's a reflection on whether or not it's worth it. I'm genuinely tempted not to play him anymore just because of that. Just because of that situation. Also, it's more annoying to actually lose to Ange Postecoglou than anything else. But we'll do this FA Cup match last, and then we'll go there. Also, I'm after losing the game, so stereotypically, storm the hell out. God, that blurb. Democracy manifest. Unbelievable crack. Anyways. So, FA Cup game versus Ipswich. We were very unlucky not to perform better in that game. We're going to change our tactics a bit against Ipswich as well. Are you gone, Senior Duck? I've one more game and then I'm finished if you want to stick around for that. But if you are gone, 100%, thank you so much. I will be live again tomorrow if you have any interest. It has been a pleasure talking to you, my friend. Make sure your night is brilliant if you are off, my friend. It has been a pleasure having you tonight. Ipswich versus Manchester City. That's a derby. No, that wasn't derby. That was Derby versus Man City, not Ipswich. It was Weir versus Ipswich. Doy. Ooh. Female transfer. Jamaican left back Taylor Hines has joined Royale. Interesting. Yes, we're confident of winning because you wouldn't say otherwise. Ipswich are first in the betting championship, even though they're in a bad run of form. So we might want to go too weak. Ooh, Inacho for 60 million. Odd. Sporting have a couple of interesting release clauses, don't they? Okay, the 26 save isn't quite as quick as 24. I figured it wouldn't be, my friend. But if it's quicker with the amount that you typically end up putting into it, that would still be nice. Okay. Not much difference, that is. As I said multiple times, I think this is just built on the carcass of 24, and they pretty much lied about the engine. Like, I think the match engine is literally the only thing that's been changed for the engine. So, what changes do we do here? I think for this game, Sesko isn't going to play at all. I also think we're going to change just for this game, the particular system. So, go to both. We're going to move you over to here. We're going to move you up to there. We're going to move you to here. We're going to take Sesko off. So we're going to, just for now, do this. Okay. So we're going to take Mount off and put Obi in Mount's place, because we're going to give Obi a game for the time more than anything. Obi a game. And then we're going to swap Sesko with Victor Rushk, considering he can perform in that position. So that should end up working. We'll go with Matthias. No, Matthias has gotten a couple of chances. We'll go with Mbuemu to try and give him a wee bit of movement. And we will continue with Jordan to give him another go on that side there. To be frank, I am in 2,169 with 219 nations low. It's still a lot, to be frank. I wish it was Obi-Wan Kenobi, and maybe he'll end up scoring for us, but Chibi Obi hopefully will end up doing a good, or Cheeto Obi will hopefully do a good job for us. Like, he's getting plenty of under 21 time and plenty of time with us, because we play him every now and again. So it's annoying that he isn't developing a wee bit more, but hey. We're going to go Adrian Heaven for Shaw. And we're going to go with Jaden for Martinez. And actually then we're going to swap the two of them around, because Jaden's slightly better on the right-hand side. I don't know if I can check that. It doesn't tell me, so I'm not sure, Maddie. Under 21s, then do that, then do that. You rat bastard. I don't think I can see that, Maddie. Unfortunately, because it's just given me his season stats for now, since he's been used. Other than the Euros qualifications, it's not popping up anything else. So I don't know, but we'll see how he does in this system anyways. No, it's too dangerous to do that. So we'll just put Ahmad there. I was going to put a youth there, but that's a wee bit too dangerous. Manu, however, we will end up swapping with Casemiro. Actually, no, we won't. We won't. What we'll do instead is we'll put Bruno and Stellar on. And Belinder, we will do this one more time, even though this is bonkersly dangerous. D doesn't have the current ability to do it, so we're going to do something bonkersly dangerous again. I might regret this heavily. But we're going to play the 16-year-old Hardy, who has high potential, and the game could end up giving him benefit. It's quite a dangerous thing to do against the team top of the championship to put an enterprise national standard player in goal. But I think that defense and midfield should be good enough to end up going with him. So this could be a mistake. If a goal goes in before we get a goal, we immediately sub him out. It's the first sub we do, unfortunately, if a goal goes in before we score. If we score, it changes things a bit. But let's see how things end up going in the last match we have for the day on this stream. Let's see how the love ends up going. Can we get a result versus what should still be Kieran McKenna's Ipswich, I think. We'll find that out in a minute as well. The loading is coming through. God, this is taking a bit. Okay. Load. Okay. Ipswich. It doesn't tell me who their manager is. Fair enough. They still have a couple of genuine good ones. Sam Somax is a good player. Okay. So, let's go in and see how we do. Everyone is motivated for this game. We should have a good showcase of ourselves here. This is our Manchester United side. We should have a good display here. Bruno is our manager. It is still Kieran McKenna. So, can we get off to a good start? Let's see. As we end up kicking off now with Obi and Victor up front. Obi immediately taken down for a free kick. Ooh, Ipswich immediately with the possession, but we're getting it back now. Have we accidentally made ourselves a wee bit too offensive? Maybe. We shall see. Couple of attempts there. 3 shots, 3 on target. Nice to see. Good work from us. Trying to get the ball into play. We're doing okay now. We're still in very much control of this game. McKenna hasn't even had a shot yet on us. Ooh, here we go. Brian Mbeumo out for a corner. Who's taking it for us? Ahmad. Corner taken. Down for the end. And Aiden Heaven off of Matthias de Ligt assist scores from the corner. When Sesko isn't there, someone's head will hit the ball. Matthias de Ligt with a nice owl header there. Aiden Heaven jumping like a leapfrog straight down in for the first goal. So that means that Hardy gets a wee bit more time to showcase off his credentials now if a goal ends up going in, because we have a bit of a buffer in our way. But fantastic to see the youth doing well. I mean, they've done everyone dirty with their image. Adamo Traore is a particularly bad image as well. Everyone looks a bit like they're in the middle of having a crap. Ooh. George Hurst with a phenomenal header. Phenomenal header by George Hurst. Beautiful header there by George Hurst. You cannot, unfortunately, blame Hardy for that. Which is why I'm glad he got the bit of a buffer, so that he can perform a wee bit more. What was that, Ahmad? Genuinely, what was that? Ahmad now, the ball. Straight to Stellar. Ahmad to Stellar. Stellar to Bruno. Bruno to Ahmad. And a blockade there done. Heaven. De Ligt. Stellar to Ahmad. Ahmad to Stellar. Straight through. Ahmad. And a beautiful corner goal by Ahmad. Absolutely beautiful. So, lands the ball down to his feet. What low league team would you pick when the game is fully out, mate? It depends on what you want to end up getting, Kurt. Curtis. How low do you want to end up going? I, for years, have been partial with doing a Rochdale save myself. For no particular reason. I just randomly ended up picking them once on FIFA a couple of years ago, and Rochdale has been a particular example for me. I mean, you could go and prove that Gary Neville is crap in his own club and bring Salford up to the Premier League as a showcase of spite. You could go slightly further up and go for someone like Blackburn Rovers. You know, bring them back to the promised land. I know they're in the Championship at the moment, but you could end up taking over Wrexham and actually making them the first Welsh team to end up winning the Premier League. You could end up doing something entirely different, Curtis, and experiencing the game in an entirely different point of view, and potentially going for the MLS and try out an MLS save, a completely different point of view to see how that ends up working. It really depends on what you're looking for. But depending on how low you want to go, if you want to go lower than League Two, I don't know the clubs particularly well. I'm 7th place, 3 points behind 4th with only 2 games to go. Oh, it'll be exciting for sure, my friend. Good luck with it. But this was the goal anyway. Ahmad there to Stellar. Stellar then straight through here to Mbeumo. Mbeumo tips the ball to Ahmad, and Ahmad rockets the ball. And watch this ball. Like Palmer should have it. It bounces off of Palmer's hand and straight in. You have to feel a bit sorry for the Ipswich goalkeeper there. But fantastic goal for us. I'm feeling a bit sorry for my strikers who aren't getting much opportunities. Everything is coming from the midfield. We are in control of the game, but it's not enough for us at the moment. We should be performing better against the Championship side. Ooh, Heaven to Hardley. Hardly out. I've mentioned this a number of times and will continue to mention it. It annoys the bollocks off me that we have the actual proper jerseys and then don't have the proper goalkeeper jerseys. It genuinely bothers me that the goalkeeper jerseys are generic jerseys when we have the proper jerseys. It really, really, really annoys me. It really annoys me. Palmer or Anana? I couldn't tell. With the bad luck, or which, Matty? Because I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that question, if you don't mind me asking. Because I was on about the midfielder, Onana, when I was on about that. God damn, my game's out the freezing. Give me a second. The midfielder, Onana. Anyways, not acceptable, and continue on. Greaves now. With that goal, the keep palming it into his own net. Yes, the keeper palming it into his own net is an interesting thing. Yeah, oh, okay. I get the joke now. You're on about the fact of is it Andrea and Onana? Yeah, that makes sense. That's me being slow. Ahmad now. Off of the frame. Stellar. To Jaden. Oh, it's starting to feel a bit how often that's happening where we bounce off of a frame or something like that is starting to feel a bit like the game is targeting players, to be honest. Bruno now with a free kick. In we go, and Palmer comes straight out for it. Good catch. 61 minutes. We'll make a substitution at 65. Stellar. Oh, game's freezing, so that means there's probably a goal coming. Ooh, oh, Hardley, I feel sorry for you. An initial good save and palmed straight back out into danger. That is sad for Hardy. That's like the defense should do significantly better, but I feel significantly sorry for Hardy. He saves it, brilliant, and then ends up coming in. I have the highlight camera set to broadcast, Matty. What do you have it set to when you end up doing it, my friend? Is Tesco any good in this? He has been phenomenal for me, Curtis. He has scored 19 goals in the Premier League for me so far. But I have a tactic that uses him correctly. I have a tactic that's actually using his head. Like, we do an awful lot of crosses, although not today because we're shite. So he's been forming for, like, buckets for me, which is nice, if I'm honest. I kind of wish my other strikers were performing equally as well. Jordan. Okay, corner now. Yeah, I like the broadcast camera, to be honest. It looks quite good, the broadcast camera. Can Bruno score from this? Nope. Can Jay? What a goal from Jaden! Oh, we've had some cracking goals in this stream. We've had some cracking goals. Outside of the box in the whole lot, the 17-year-old with a cracking goal. Genuinely unbelievable goal by him. No hesitation, and he's going to be a wonder kid. Damn. Okay. We're gonna make some subs now. Oh, god damn it, I should have had a Moss on the bench. Oh, God. Doggo there. It's good unless it stays on your goalkeeper after he hoofs it for a counter and the camera stays on them, despite commentary saying you're forward through on goal. Interesting that ends up happening, Duck. I haven't had that happen to me yet. So that's an interesting little bug. Casemiro for Stellar, and there we go. That'll do. Can Victor end up getting a goal? He kind of deserves it. I kind of hope he does. He kind of deserves it. Luke Shaw now, taking the corner. Casemiro almost. I was hoping Jaden would end up doing it again. God, if Jaden had scored 2 slobber knockers, I'd lose my crap. Luke Shaw now, holding the ball. Up there to Doggo again. To Bruno. Bruno. To Doggo. Matthias. And Ahmad! Beautiful team goal there. Absolutely beautiful team goal there. No greed showcased at all. Just setting up everyone perfect for the goal. Absolutely beautiful. Picturesque goal, that. Ahmad's second of the day. Wait, did you buy the game on both platforms, Duck? Oh, come on, can Victor get a goal? I really want Victor to get a goal. He needs it. Jaden? Victor really needs the goal. Delict to Shaw to Delict. Jaden to Ahmad. Ahmad running. You greedy fecker, Ahmad. I know you wanted your hat trick, but you greedy asshole. You greedy asshole, Ahmad. I know he didn't need the goal, but you greedy asshole. 24 for free. Yeah, I got it for free. I got it for free on Epic 24, having got the beta 2 years ago on PC. So you're going to be streaming again tomorrow? I am, Kurt. I am. I'll be streaming tomorrow. Now, here's the thing with tomorrow. I haven't yet decided if tomorrow I'll be streaming Football Manager 26 or if I'm going to be streaming a different game. There's a chance I might be streaming a different game tomorrow. There's a very good chance I'll be playing this. So keep an eye on it and see how things end up going. And you're more than free to come in and have a chat. Either way, I'm always up for discussion, always up for the crack, always up for the 90. So feel free to come in at any point, my friend. But yes, we're through again with Ipswich, and we'll see how things end up going. But with all that being said, that's me for today. We'll end up finishing it there, and the next time we end up coming back to it, we'll start from here for a bit, and we'll decide whether or not we're going on to a new save or anything like that. But for now, we're going to finish this season anyway to see how we end up doing, because we still have an FA Cup to fight for and the whole lot. For now, I'm going to say goodbye to you, and have a great old time. For everyone on Twitch, I end up sending it off to someone else, so just bear with me. So you get this ending twice, my good friends. But for everyone else, thank you all so much for coming in. It has been an absolute pleasure. Remember that I have been the Stupid Sexy Craic. This has been absolutely fabulous, and thank you all for talking so much. Make sure your crack is 90. Shalom, gaful. And as always, poke me home, my friends. Adios, amigos.